Well, a little message to Mr. Jordan. No, I'm not doing live streams these days, but I'll still get the message out. Barry, you've been really enraged lately. You sound like you were truly going out of your mind. I think I've answered the questions as to why me and my partner are together. I think I did it very well. What's your excuse? You already said on there, pretty much, it was utilitarian. Yeah, by marrying her, it's going to help me out in my situation. That's kind of sad. See, I've been with the same woman for 9 years. 9 years. 9 years. If there's any problems in our relationship, it would have showed out by now. No, I never bought the house in the initial relationship. I waited 6 years, so throw the simp thing out the window. You have no clue what caring for a woman is really like. You don't use a woman as a tool. I got news for you. She's got more money than I will ever have in my life. Okay? She doesn't need my money. In fact, sometimes I need hers. It's, a balanced relationship. It's what couples do, Barry. You wouldn't understand that. You can't suck off the tits of your woman all your life. You just can't do that. It's not a reason to marry a woman, Barry. I know you got a pretty horrible situation going there, but I'm not going to go back into that big speech about how well you kind of put yourself there. But even Don C., who doesn't like me at all, has given you some really good advice. Why don't you take it? Take it for what it is. People have tried to tell you so many times that you're not helping your situation at all. I truly don't know how your mind thinks, Mr. Jordan, but you're not thinking very clearly. I've said it so many times before, I can't count, that it's so obvious that you're putting yourself in a deeper, crappier situation than you're in. Again, on one hand, you want your freedom, you want to marry a woman, and you think that's going to get you freedom, you think immigration is going to let you loose, and you think the case is going to be dropped. It doesn't work that way. And I got news for you. The unlikely event that I'd ever be deported does not mean your case stops. I just want to let you know that right there. As long as he's retained by me, the case goes on. I just want to put that out there for a little clarity. Barry, you've been making quite a spectacle of yourself, and I've been just kind of hanging back and kind of listening to you. And I'll comment every now and then, even to you. You go under a couple of different email names. I think you know what they are. Yeah. Can't hide who you are, Barry. I understand you are in a difficult position. I don't envy you for that. Nobody does. But going into some manic rage is not helping you psychologically, it's not helping you physically, and it's not going to help your case. It's not going to help it at all. I know you're going out of your monkey-ass mind being in there, and I do understand why. I have clarity on that situation. I understand the small room you're in. It's a horrible temperature. You got one fan. You don't have your freedom. Well, I never put a gun to your head and said, well, don't pay your fees and dues, that everybody has to pay. By the way, I'm not overstaying, just for your information. I'm not an overstayer. Just to let you know, I'm still current. Just to let you know. And let me tell you something. I don't see, especially with all the new recordings I have, sometimes I find, I don't know, I believe it, that you're capable of talking that way and being so much of a damn degenerate, a fruitcake. And you were like that before you were incarcerated. What have you learned in the 22 months almost that you've been there? Do tell. What have you learned? Well, according to your shows, you said, I'm not learning anything. Well, maybe that's the problem, that you're not learning anything. Anyway, to your delight, which I don't think it is, we're not doing any live shows on here, but I have the license to comment when I wish to, when I feel that is absolutely necessary. Please note, everything is being recorded, everything has been sent to the proper divisions, everything from my lawyer to the DOJ to the immigration and so forth. Also, the DOJ cybercrime. The position you're in is a position you put in. Now, do you actually realize you have 5 charges against you? Has that sunk in yet? And the other question, of course, is the obvious one. How do you get out of that situation? You've already pleaded guilty. And I'm going to have my lawyer file a motion to introduce the new evidence of your threats. And these are very clearly defined death threats to me to put a bullet in my head. And if you can't do it, that you hope that somebody else would, to incite violence. I really don't think that's going to help your situation out very much, Mr. Jordan. I seriously don't. I'm going to make sure that you are shackled if you do show up in that courtroom. Maybe, if not just to prevent you from making a spectacle of yourself, because you are out of control. You have a lot of rage. And I would love, actually, the court to see your rage, actually, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to be happy till I see you in an orange jumpsuit. You want the truth? That's the truth. Why? Because if anybody deserves it, you do. I think there's a lot of people out there that are now turning their heads the other direction. They said, you've been fun, Barry, to listen to. We like the train wreck shit. But enough is enough. Even your most devoted devotees are beginning to think, this guy is a fruitcake. His language, his rage, his constant defamation and allegations, insults, and even to my partner Gilda. So what if she has 8 children? What if she had 20 children? Why is it your business? Why? I don't take care of 8 children. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm in a position that I could, if the ones that do not live with me needed something for college, needed a uniform, or some tuition assistance. That's what a man does for his partner or wife, whatever the case may be. That's what you do. It's not because you're obligated to do it. I have no obligation whatsoever. She could take care of that herself. I volunteer. We together help the children. The ones that are in school, whether they need uniforms for college, whatever it might be. And if an incident comes up, they need our help on a medical situation, we will be there to help them. That's called a family, Mr. Jordan. And you don't understand the concept of what a family is. They don't have to be blood related. Yes, I have a family here. I know you don't like to hear that. I know your family is not exactly on your side. You talk about my daughter all the time, that we don't talk. You say that she wants nothing to do with me. Well, it kind of sounds like you have that situation where your son, and you said it yourself, doesn't want to communicate with you. So why would you say that about my daughter when you've got pretty much the same situation going on? Okay? Don't contradict everything you say, because you're embarrassing yourself. You are not in any position to dictate to me on anything. And I don't care about your girlfriend's complaint. We'll handle that. I guess you figured that's your ace in the hole. Well, it's not gone anywhere yet. And there's more information to come. And whether I'm going to share it or not, I don't know. But the one thing I do know, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan, is that you're not going to see freedom for a long time. Not with your attitude, not with the new evidence I have. And as I said, I'll repeat it. I'm going to have my lawyer file a motion as soon as he can. We'll pay him the money so we can introduce the new evidence when it comes to my testifying. I want to be allowed to play several of your recordings to let the judge know how much of a vile, violent person that you are, and how undesirable you really are. It's easy to use that word undesirable. It's according to whose mouth it's coming out of. I'm a person who examines the source, and you're the source. You are undesirable with a capital U in neon lights, underscored and defined. You're a vicious person, and you are trying to be in a position with every relationship you've been in to be overpowering, to be in control of the woman that you're with. Under these circumstances, it doesn't last. Now, let's get back to this freaking marriage situation. Whether or not you can get married or not, and whether you do or not, and if you did, you will never qualify for a 13A, so what's the purpose? No, that I know for sure. Where I might have a little doubts on the other thing, but the one thing I know for sure is you will never qualify for a 13A. So which brings the main question, has been the key question all this time. Why? Why do you want to marry her? You made it clear that yes, in your own words, it's going to help me in my situation. Maybe it won't. You're thinking too far ahead. Well, maybe you should. Let's say you do marry her. As embarrassing as it is to getting married in a detention center. What a memory that would be. Tell the grandkids. Well, you can't have kids, right? You said you're fixed. I don't think you are. Nevertheless, understand something, Mr. Jordan. You are going to literally go out of your monkey-ass mind if you keep out at this rate. The rage in your voice. Man, I'm just calm right now. The rage in your voice. I mean, it tells a whole story. You can't help yourself but constantly label me the very things that got you in trouble in the first place. How many times have I said that? I can't even count. It's been that many. What is it you don't understand about your situation, Mr. Jordan? What is it you don't understand? Maybe somebody could help you out. I think even Don C. made a, proper statement. Basically, that you're not helping your situation out. Don knows what's going on. He may not like me, but Don knows what's really going on. Don knows what kind of person I really am. He won't admit it, but that's just the way it is. It is what it is, like John Blaze says. I'm not going to convince Don C., Mr. Crawford, in any other way. I don't have to, because I don't really care what he thinks about me. But more and more so, you're pissing off your viewers. You're more concerned about making a couple of sawbucks on your show than you are about getting out of jail. I can't go on with these little speeches and soliloquies forever. I thought I ended this shit. I really thought that was the end, but I still stuck to my guns and I did not do any live shows. However, it doesn't prevent me from my poetic license to come on and say a few things to clear things up with you once and for all. I hope it's once and for all. Because I see no reason to continue on lecturing you in particular. I see that you took some of my advice. You realized that you're gaining a lot of weight. Now you're talking about watching your diet. Now you're talking about exercising. I guess I rub off on you in different ways, don't I? In a positive way. Because you now realize that what good is your marriage if that ever happens? And I'm still skeptical until I see it, but to be honest with you, besides the other reasons you have not to get married and shouldn't get married, your health is not going to hold up at the rate you're going right now. And stop telling people you're broke, because every time you do a show, you're ordering food. You're saying you got 74 cents left in your bank account, and you produced this bogus document or something. How do you buy Grab food when you've only got 74 cents in your bank account, and the continued claim that you're not getting your Social Security disability? How many times are you going to say this, and how many people do you think are going to believe you at this point, if ever? You're obviously getting money from somewhere, and a little bit of donations at all that you get on here is not going to be, let's just say, allowing you to have the ability to order out food every day and whatever you need. I'll put it like that. Who are you fooling but yourself, Mr. Jordan? Really? I mean, I'm talked out. I'm so talked out, it's not even funny. I'm amazed I even came on to do a commentary on you. I'm just so talked out with you. You are not helping yourself. You never will. And you are responsible for yourself being there. And you're responsible for your own health. You're responsible for your own happiness. You're responsible for your psychology and mental health, basic mental health. Not me. That's not my responsibility. I did not put you in that position, sir. You did. And I probably said that about 400 times so far. So why not one more time? You put yourself in that position. And calling me names on every show. And by the way, speaking of that, if somebody misses your show, all they have to do is go back to an old one. Because you're like a mockingbird, a broken record. You repeat yourself so often that people are tuning out. They come in to see what you're yapping about. Then they see you going on to the same little soliloquy of your own, and they tune out. We know you're frustrated. I know you're frustrated. I don't really care if you are. I told you I won't be happy till I see you in an orange jumpsuit. You want the truth. You are a vile person, Barry. By your own demonstration. Listen to yourself sometime. Listen to the shows you put on, if you don't. Listen to yourself, your anger level, your mentality. I mean, it's out of control these days, man. And the longer you're in there, it seems that you are mentally deteriorating. You're not hurting me with these words. You're helping me. What is it you don't understand about that? This is all evidence. God, like I said, this is too easy for me. And you're not a challenge to me at all. Sometimes I like to be challenged a little bit anyway. It's too easy peasy. Open your mouth and I got evidence. That's it. How easy is that? You could call me every name in the book, and so far you have. You certainly have. What else could you say? And yes, you do talk about Gilda. You most certainly do. And a real man, yes, has the ability to take care of somebody that he loves. And providing for such is what a real man does. If there's children involved in a relationship, Well, let me go back a little bit. A statement you made. Why would a man want a woman with 8 children? Well, what about 8 children? Are they all living here in my house? I really don't think that would work for me, but if it had to, I would. I got the space. They could, bunch up in a couple of rooms. That's not a problem, if needed. So what's the problem with her having multiple children? Why do you have such a problem with that? Why would I want to be with her? You know why I want to be with her? Because I love her. Because I want to be with her, and she's everything I said in that last recording, my confidant, my mate, my partner, my caretaker, my friend. That's why we're together, Barry. You wouldn't understand those concepts, would you? I'm just so fucking sick and talking about you. I really am, Barry. I hope this thing is progressive, this case, and I hope it's quick. And I hope with my help and getting a motion to put in even more evidence is going to put your ass away for a long time, because you don't belong on the streets. You don't belong in a relationship. You don't belong in the Philippines. Period. Okay, this has been going just a little bit too far. It absolutely required a live stream on here. We're going to talk about this. I'm actually watching a movie, but willing to make time to come on here and discuss a little something, Barry Jordan. I don't need an audience for this, but I'm going to say something. Well, I guess the word on Discord is that this is basically solicitation for murder. Now, you think you got yourself in a bad situation as it is. Things are going from bad to worse. Give me one good reason why I should not elevate this matter to what it really is. You're worried about your simple freedom. It's not going to happen. You're worried about getting married? That would be a disaster. Absolute disaster. But we're not going to talk about your marriage. We all know it's ridiculous. We all know it's just a tool of yours, and there's no love involved. But your shows have been recorded. My attorney's got a copy of it. And let me tell you something. It's true. You've been soliciting people to put a bullet in my head. You've said you want a bullet in my head. You are actually soliciting people to murder me. That's what you're doing. Soliciting people to commit murder. Now, you thought your situation was bad with 5 counts of cyber libel. I'm afraid, my son, it's elevated to a little bit above that. Just a wee bit above that. I have never in my entire life, ever encountered a stupid person like you. How you function, how you were able to take a piss on your own, it's beyond me. I don't think you realize the gravity of your situation, Mr. Jordan. I don't think you understand it at all. I don't think you have a grip. I don't think you have a clue at all. You know what you were doing when you made those videos. You know what you said. You can't hide that, and you can't deny it. It's totally undeniable. Totally undeniable. You were soliciting people to murder me, to put a bullet in my head, and you admitted yourself that you would put a bullet in my head too, that you want me dead. All this started from your immigration overstay. Then you kept your big mouth open, got yourself 5 charges on you. You're actually on trial. That's not good enough for you. Oh, believe me, this is all going to be brought up. Barry, if you could find a miracle to get out of your situation, and trust me when I tell you, your marriage situation, if at all even possible, if it's all even believable, is not going to get you out of this. What good is getting married if you'll be in prison the rest of your fucking life? Oh, I'm going to push hard now. I'm going to push really hard. Everybody will agree, and I don't care who they are out there, friend or foe, that you have went beyond that little imaginary line that I used to talk about. You went so far beyond that you're not even visible. Soliciting on media to have me murdered? Are you fucking serious? I guess you are. You are the lowest scumbag in the fucking world. You certainly have to be on the top of the list. Your whole life you've been a failure. And the drama continues of your failures. I was waiting for something like this. I mean, I have videos of you threatening my life. But this is a doozy. This is the kind of shit that I'm looking for. And I got it. Oh, there's a big buzz going on Discord. Even Alo De Vinta is saying that this was a solicitation for murder. Why don't you see how you're going to get yourself out of this one there, Frisbee? Because I don't think you are. Now, I'm actually waiting for something to hear about something from my attorney. I won't discuss it on here, yay or nay. I don't think so. But let me tell you something, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. You have gone on your YouTube show, and it don't matter if you're on camera or not for something like this. Your voice is recognizable. It's already been established. We don't need anything at this point to have you on camera. This will suffice in court. Wedding plans? That's the least of your, well, call it a problem. You're getting bail or seeking freedom. I just don't think that's going to happen. Oh, I don't know. It just kind of came to me that you're in a fucked up situation, dude. Oh, forget about your insults to me, man. We're all over this shit. I'm over it. But this one is an undeniable act of violence, of intent to kill, soliciting people to murder me because you're not happy with the situation that you created for yourself. Boo fucking who? Yeah. Let's see. Tell you what I'm discussing on here, Gilda. I guess the big buzz is all over the other format, which is Discord. And a lot of people agreeing that Barry's shows that he did, he's soliciting people to murder me. And he wants to kill me himself. And you know where we're going with this, Gilda, okay? I think you know. Yeah, the guy's out of his fucking mind. And he's trying to gain his freedom. He wants to get married. I mean, would you want to marry somebody like him? Yeah, that's right. You're talking about a really sick individual. And maybe he went stir crazy being in that cell for almost 22 months. I don't know. I think he was crazy to begin with. As I said, you know, if somebody suggested he should have dressed up as Klinger from the TV show with a hat on and false breast or something, anything, no, that wouldn't have helped you. But you went really, and I was waiting for something like this. I mean, I've seen it before. We've got evidence of your threats to me. We've got that. We've had that for a long time. I told you, we have it written up. However, I guess he's going to have to scribble in a few more things on this, I guess. Make a couple of, little bit of editing going on the paperwork. Because you're not getting away with this one, dude. How you even put yourself on YouTube at this point would be beyond me. How you can face your viewers, and I don't care who they are, friend or foe of mine, it don't matter. But anybody that supports you at this point has got to be as sick as you are. You've actually reached a point where I think a lot of your viewers who thought it was fun and games and entertainment and drama, they've come across now to a whole different plateau. That you are indeed a sick man. You need help. You shouldn't be on the streets. And if I could help it, you will never be on the streets for a long, long, long time. You're not threatening my life again and getting away with it. There's some crazy people out there. It's called solicitation. It's called solicitation of murder. That's what you did. How's your lawyer going to handle this one, Barry Lee Jordan? I wish I had a direct line to your lawyer. I wish I did. I would send him that material, but he'll see it soon enough. You know what you need to do. I think you know very well, but you may not have to do that. We'll see. You may not have to. But I'm on here with a fucking live stream when I had no intent, just to do a couple of uploads to get a note out or two. But it really prompted me, I got a few emails, it really prompted me to come on here and do a live stream, which I'm not really happy about doing, but I think it's come to a point where you have to be informed and you got to make it known what you did was the worst thing that you've done so far. As I said, it's not new about your death threats. That's the second case, by the way. But now, things have elevated. You truly did go out of your mind in that cell. There's no question about it whatsoever. Maybe you could plead insanity. I don't know at this point. But I'll guarantee you, even if it costs me more money to get more information in, to file a motion, to get some other information in during my testimony, and or both, putting this on the existing paperwork for a second case. Now, you think I've been joking about the second case and you make fun of it. The gesture that you are, right? I don't think there's anything funny about this at all. And you're going to find out that it's not funny at all. I am tired of your threats. I'm tired of your bullshit. You've been nothing but a pain in my fucking ass and Gilda's for a number of years. Too many years. Too much time of listening to your threats, your false allegations, and having your girlfriend lie for you. I tell you what, the can of worms are officially open. You got your girlfriend involved with this, it's gotten to a point now where everything is go. Whatever happens from this point is going to happen. If they want to see that your girlfriend's going to be involved with this, aiding and abetting and harboring, which exactly what she did, you won't get out of that one. All of this is going to come to a head. Because it has to. This is going on too far. I'm tired of doing all these videos. I'm tired of people asking me about you. Barry. There's no reason to even come on here and try to do any serious vlogging. There's absolutely no reason at all. Except in cases like this. Well, I am going to voice myself out to you. You went way too far. Believe me, your videos are going to be spread around the nation. Freeman, you name it. It's going to be out there. It's going to be out there. It's going to go to the highest office we can possibly go to see that you don't get out of jail for a very, very, very long time. Nobody threatens my life and gets away with it. That's reachable within the law, within the geographical possibilities. You're not getting away with this one, Barry. Then again, we never even reached that point, to tell you the truth, because the second case is not filed. And yes, you guessed right. It has to do with your threats, but now we got something to add to it. You are the stupidest son of a gun. As long as I've been on YouTube, and we've had some whack jobs on here, Ricky and a lot of people, complete fucking whack jobs, but you are the icing on the cake. I don't know what happened with your dad. You said he abused you. Did he also hit you in the head with a baseball bat? What else went on besides the sexual shit that you talked about? He must have hit you in the head pretty fucking hard with something pretty hard. Then somebody from a bar hit you on the head on top of that, which you blamed on me. Dude, if I wanted to do something to you, I would have done it a long time ago. Ever hear that expression? I would have took care of business a long time ago. Consider yourself very lucky. That's why I'm doing this legally with the law. It's the only way to go. Consider yourself a lucky motherfucker that only me, but anybody else, hasn't gotten to you. Well, apparently they did. Now, we still haven't determined yet from your definition of what happened, whether it was a stick or a rock or a beer bottle that somebody hit you on the head with. Of course, you've had several different stories that you can't keep to. Which one is it, Barry? You are indeed the biggest loser on here. Tenfold. Tenfold. How you could even come on and put a live show on at this point is beyond me. You should be institutionalized. That's how bad you are. We don't appreciate your threats, and you'll never be able to erase what you put on. Never. That's why I copied it onto my own show, which is a guarantee it's not going away. It's not going anywhere. It's already in the hands of my attorney. And tomorrow, I'm going to push even outside of my lawyer, even outside of my attorney. I'm going to push the Department of Justice, go up the ladder to scale, and see how we could elevate this matter. You don't belong in that detention center. You belong in a fucking prison right now. That's where you belong. You belong in a prison with the other losers. You're not getting away with this one, Barry. Giving you too much credit, really. Everything you've done has been pretty goddamn shitty and low class and stupid. Why you think you're such above the law in a foreign country? I don't get it. How could you be that cocky? No wonder you've never been remarried since you were married. You beat the shit out of your wife over the kid. You are a violent person, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. You are a violent person. You go into your own personal rages, and God forbid somebody's around you when you're drinking. You get that so-called beer muscle that people talk about. You think you're a tough guy. You want to attack Popeye. You want to attack everybody. You want to beat everybody's ass. Oh, now that you gained weight, you think you're a tough guy. No, that's all fat, bro. It's not muscle, it's fat. Hear what I'm saying? It's fat. You're going to get your ass kicked somewhere, in prison or somewhere. I'm sure about that. Somewhere. It'll happen. But I'm going to tell you what. I will sit down, if I have to, with my lawyer and make a special trip. just to make sure that he knows where I want to go with this. I'm sure he does already. This has gone too far. How dare you come on YouTube and threaten my life, saying you, and solicitation to murder. That's exactly what it is. You know, back in America, Barry, you're, I forgot what the terminology is. It's like an accomplice to the crime. Telling somebody to go murder somebody. That's exactly what it is. You did it publicly, and that's how stupid you are. That's how fucking stupid you are. Tell how you feel about this, Gilda. Don't hold anything in. You know?
He's become crazy.
I can't even hear you myself.
He's become crazy.
Yeah, he has become crazy. I guess you've been in that cell awfully long time. You are truly out of your monkey-ass mind, as the expression goes. There's no doubt about that. You're in for a wild ride, Mr. Jordan, I'll tell you that right now. And don't worry, this deportation thing, might have a little news on that. If the event ever happened, in your mind you think that your case is going to disappear and they're going to let you go home. I'm afraid not. The case goes on. As long as he's being retained, the case goes on. I got so much on you now, Barry, that it's almost like effortless for me. I don't have to do anything. I just listen to your show. And you run off your mouth, and everything you say, there's no more nails on the coffin. There's no more room for nails on your coffin, dude. There's no more room. You put in your last nail on this one. You are accomplice. You are actually soliciting murder, is what you're doing. You're soliciting to get somebody to murder me because you're upset of the crimes that you committed, because you're in jail with your woe is me little situation in a filthy, dirty, cockroach-infested, mosquito-infested cell that you put in. You put yourself in it, is what you did. You put yourself in it. I don't feel sorry for you, and I never will, and I don't think anybody else truly does either. Well, if it's drama you guys want, I guess it's drama you have been getting. Now, I've released numerous videos, as you can see on some of our shorts. I've released on my channel basically for public awareness. So things are starting to really elevate here, and it needs to be handled. Now, personally, a one-on-one with Barry would never be a concern to me, but it don't matter. He's made physical death threats to me and incited other people to do the same. What most people don't know is prior to the Toledo court hearing for him, there was actually a court order that wasn't pushed through. And this is a long time ago. For him to be remanded over to the what is it? The BGMP? No, what is it? It was a Bickerton facility. No, was it Bickerton? Yeah, it was. And actually, a long time ago, he was supposed to be put in that facility. Um, Shit, I even got the paperwork for that. That never really happened. So we're going to push through to get him out of his misery, out of being incarcerated over in Mandawi, to a different facility that's more protective. Willie won't have his use of his cell phone to continue his tirade of death threats and so forth against me and inciting other people to do the same. This guy has really pushed the envelope beyond belief to a lot of people. Even to me. They say stupid is, stupid does. Well, he did. He got awful quiet all of a sudden. Do you notice that? Oh, he'll do a show because he's that cocky. He will do a show. Or he's running scared. He's worried about getting married. Really. That's the least of his concerns, is about getting married. That's the least of his concerns. Yes, I have become active on my channel because another page has been turned on this matter regarding Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. I'm out there to make public awareness of what's going on with this guy. To anybody within the sound of my voice. So we're going to try. I just wrote a very lengthy, a very explanatory letter to the Department of Justice to look into this matter in concern to the new events that they have a prisoner who is incarcerated in a simple detention center. In one of Barry's statements, he said, if I can get out of this place, he's going to come to my house and kill me. All that information was brought up to DOJ in detail, including an example of one of his latest videos where he had said such. Some serious shit, folks. Now that's what we're talking about. And I'm talking about it right now. I don't give a shit if it's an upload or a live stream. I don't give a shit either way. It's a matter of getting information out to the public. That's exactly what I'm doing. It's not a simple case where a guy just decided to have 7 years of not paying his dues on his visas. It elevated to a greater level for those that are not familiar with the situation. Mr. Jordan has been spending almost 22 months incarcerated at the Mandawi Warden's Immigration Detention Center. Mandawi is near Cebu region, and he's been there in a cell for nearly 22 months. As a result of such, of course, he's become extremely frustrated. He has become extremely agitated. He's bitter, and he's being extremely vindictive. And fortunately for me, I caught him in numerous statements where he wants to put a bullet in my head and that he's inciting other people to do so. Under the penal code, and there's a 3-digit number, I forgot the penal code on here, that inciting others to commit murder is almost as much as committing a murder. I mean, you're on that same level of responsibility of your statement. So that's what's going on. You guys like to be informed. Of course, Popeye is now I got a notice. He's now simulcasting my broadcast. Whatever makes you happy, Mr. Clausen. Gives you something to talk about, gives you something to do. But Popeye's no concern of mine. If anybody should be in jail, certainly Popeye should. But for his protective phone or laptop, whatever he uses, he figures he could pretty much get away with everything he says. And as he stated once before, you can't touch me. I'm thousands of miles away. I could talk about you and call you every name in a book and get away with it. Well, for the most part, people would say, unless you're willing to travel thousands of miles to confront the asshole, that he is indeed protected. But what it just shows to prove is what a scumbag and Popeye really is, and how much time he has on his hands to do simulcasts of my show. Barry, I know you're listening to me, and I hope you've been taking a look at all my videos lately that I gladly and freely have shared with my viewers and public. You crossed another line, is what you did. I will have other information available to me shortly about another matter, probably today. In regards to Barry's actions, there's going to be, besides my personal communication to DOJ, I'm going to have my attorneys on paper make a formal request that he gets transferred from his luxury detention center, phone removed, to another accommodation that he probably won't like very well. To keep in mind, which most of you don't know, or maybe you did in the past, there actually was an order for him to be in prison, taken out of his present accommodation. This is quite a while back. This was not pushed through. An actual order from the previous regional trial court prior to Toledo, what was that, Barilli? From a judge, which my attorney still has that copy. And that probably is going to be presented to the current judge or court over in Toledo and try to push this order through. Okay, let's see. Frederick Douglass says Frisbee might be in jail another 8 years. I really don't know. Stephan says, what Barry said the other day about wanting to have you taken out might be the worst thing he ever said. He said it over and over again. Yes, he did, Stephan. Stephan says, and the viciousness of how he said it was amazing. Yeah, it actually was. It actually was. He says that I've made threats to his life, and I don't recall any time I've actually made a threat to his life. But he claims I did. But I've listened to a whole lot of shows on YouTube for how many years now? And I've seen people bickering with each other on there. It's actually pretty common. I have yet, and I don't know about any of you guys, I haven't. I haven't heard anybody threatening somebody's life in that way. I've never heard that before. I haven't. Frederick Douglass says Frisbee can't keep his mouth closed, and yeah, that's part of the problem, Frederick. Like I said, I'm in awe. I'm in amazement of how somebody could live on a YouTube live stream say this kind of shit when it's kind of against the grain of what he's trying to achieve. Superman says, do you think Barry is just too dumb to understand, or is he just that defiant? I think it's both. I could answer that question easily. It's both. Superman, why do you come on my show when you made derogatory comments that I've seen of yours on Barry's and others. And what is your purpose of coming here acting really friendly and seemingly supportive? You guys talk the big talk, but none of you have done shit in regards to Mr. Jordan, have you? I would just let Deputy Dog, as I've been labeled by the culprit himself, let him handle everything. Isn't pretty much what it comes down to? Well, as long as somebody's doing it, and I'm the one. He picked the wrong person to fuck with, that's all I could say. He definitely did. There's no question about that. Oh, you'll never get me in jail for immigration overstay, but I did. Oh, you're never going to get charges on me. The prosecutor's never going to accept it. Well, they did. You're never going to keep me in jail. Well, I did. It's almost 22 months now. So what else do you have to say, Barry? This is a man who calls me dumb and stupid, besides other expletives. But where is he sitting right now? In a detention center in Mandawi. Barry has even made the statement. On my last video, I threw it up there, a short. If I can get out of here, I'm going to go over there. He's going to kill me. But he's made other statements, too, that he was going to put a bullet in my head, and then he was inciting other people to do so, to put a bullet in my head so he could end this and he could go home. God, is he a dumb bastard. I've never seen ignorance to this level. Some people say ignorance is bliss. Well, it's according to what the situation is, and in his situation, there's no bliss. By the way, Robert, you having a good day, Popeye? Got your coffee ready and your donut? Got your American flags around your phone? I'm always so happy to make your day or evening. I like to help you out. So many skeletons in people's closets out here. It's amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Stefan says, I wonder if Barry wants to stay in the Philippines no matter what, even if that means he's locked up. Well, the thing is, he doesn't want, although he's saying he wants to be deported, he really doesn't. Because if he's deported, he will be away from his beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous girlfriend. He figures if I get to stay there in detention in Mandawi, it's all good. Because he can order his grab. The guards are letting him use his phone freely as if nothing has ever happened. Even though they're aware of what he does on his phone, they could hear his yelling. And nobody's done anything. The only time I heard once is keep it down. I heard a guard say for him to keep it down or something. That was it. So that means they're aware of him using his phone for such. He likes it there because he figures I run the third floor. Besides running his mouth, he runs the third floor. But he's not always going to have a cushy environment like he has now. Some of you might say, well, it's not cushy, and it's really not cushy. However, compared to where he could be and should be, it'd be considered cushy. Yeah. I don't know. This is all going to interfere with his marriage plans. I have no idea. It's not my intent. But it could inadvertently turn into a little problem for him. Now, I will confer again with my attorney. I'm going to make it abundantly clear. This is what I want to happen. The main attorney has a lot of caseload. So some of the stuff he kind of spills over to his associate in his firm, which is another gentleman. He's a nice guy, actually. He's very cooperative. And sometimes he gets quite a bit of caseloads himself. Some of them that he handles on his own as an attorney, and the other things are bits and pieces of what's not from his partner, which is the main attorney that I use actually in the firm. Now, he just made a trip. He's coming back from Manila. I would assume he'll be home this morning sometime. And hopefully there's going to be a little bit of information. And while you asked that before, Hagante, it's in March. I don't know the date, honestly. I don't know the date. Barry's being a little quiet now, isn't he? There's nothing he could do and put on a show that he could try to circumvent what he did, to put the attention in a different direction. That ain't going to happen, although he's cocky enough to do so. But you got to understand who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. You might as well talk to a brick wall. And that's the problem that his attorney has had with him. It's like talking to a brick wall. Why do you hire an attorney? You have to listen to their advice. That's why you hired them. Yeah, they're making money off you, but their job is to help you out. They want to win cases. They don't want to lose cases. But if there's no cooperation from their clients, what can they do? And this seems to be the case with this attorney and Barry. Frederick says, Frisky needs some brisket and ribs. He's putting on weight. Yeah, now he's talking about, he listens to me. He does. He listens. He laughs at me about all this health advice, but what's going on right now? He came on and he said that I got to get this weight down. I developed man titties, is what he said. And he said that he's going to be jogging. I can't even picture him walking, nevertheless jogging around I don't know if you want to call it the courtyard of the facility. And he said that they have weights downstairs. I never heard of that before, but, he's got to be able to lift the weights in order for them to work. The question is, can he lift these weights? In another statement, he says, hey, you're not going to mess with me now. I got a lot of weight on me now. I'm not that scrawny guy anymore. You're always going to be that scrawny guy. You have no muscle. You got fat. Fat. It's not muscle. And I'm going to start eating a healthier diet. Well, pardon me, I may not know everything on the menu, but he says he's going to be ordering things that are seemingly less, fatty and caloric and all that. Nah, he's not going to be able to keep to that. It's hamburgers all the way, potato chips, which he uses in between meals to fill his belly. But the unfortunate thing about that, they're high in saturated fat and oil. He'd have to be doing a hell of a lot of exercise to lose even 5 pounds. But also, he can't overdo his exercise because his lungs are challenged. For example, I could go brisk walking and stuff, but if I went into I haven't tried it yet though, really lately, but the treadmill kind of set me up a little better, but I'm pretty sure I could do an easy jog, but I probably wouldn't be able to do it really fast because I'd be out of breath. I am 70 years old. I am 70 years old, by the way. I do smoke, and it makes a difference. So I know in his case, that would be a very difficult task to do. Okay, let's see. Frederick says, Frisbee claims if he's deported, he will come and get you. How will he do that? Fly to your house on a magic carpet? Yeah, right. Stefan says, yes, he said he was 175 pounds the other day. So at 5'3", 170 pounds, he's extremely obese. That would be correct. That would be absolutely correct. Yeah, he's actually obese. He's obese. He's trying to make comments on my show, but that's not going to happen. Just listen carefully, Barry. That's all you need to do. Here, let me copy that for you, Barry. Thank you for that before I get rid of you. Okay. Let's copy this. Message retracted. Too late. Got the screenshot, Barry. You got to be quick, Barry. You got to be quick. So we know he's listening. Well, of course he is. Barry, do you realize the trouble you're in right now, dude? I know, that's a stupid question to ask Barry. He just doesn't comprehend his situation, not even remotely. But after all this, he's still willing to come on my channel and run his mouth, calling me a pedo. Fortunately, I screenshotted that before he retracted the message. Oh, Barry, you could be so hilarious sometimes. You really, really could. So you want to get married, huh? Going to the chapel and we're going to get married. I wish you all the luck in the world, Barry. All the love and kisses go your way. Ruin a woman's life. You don't care because you ruined your own life. And, the old saying that misery loves company. Bye-bye, Barry. If you think you're getting out of this one, you're wrong. You are extremely wrong. Oh, it's all a buzz, I hear. I don't go on Discord, but I got people writing me and they're saying it's all a buzz. Aloe and on Aloe's channel, on Discord, it's all a buzz that he has committed under the penal codes. I forgot the 3 numbers, though. It's 200 something, something, whatever. It's a penal code. If you incite murder for someone, it's an extremely serious offense. Well, there already is a second case that just hasn't been sent in yet. I'm glad he didn't send it in yet because we have more to add to this now. I'm just waiting what happens to the deportation situation. I should be getting word or at least an idea what's going on pretty soon. My lawyer's trip was a multiple purpose trip, actually. And he should be back this morning, actually. There's some issues that he was discussing, and I'm not going to go into them on there, why he was in Manila. That's between me and my attorney. But no, there's already a case written up on him already. The lawyer's been already paid for that. No additional expense unless, well, there might be something. Because he might have to revamp the affidavit on there a little bit to include some of the current events. Oh yeah, he's gonna be incarcerated no matter where it is for a while. I'm trying to put in a request on my own with the DOJ and with the help of my attorney to see that he's transferred to a more protective environment where he will not have the use of his phone whatsoever. Or that would kill him right there, wouldn't it? But he just can't shut his mouth. How many times have you said that, folks? How many times have I said that? Even Don C. said it. Not like Don C. is supporting me. Of course he's not, but he's hip to what's going on with Barry. He knows. He's not exactly that supportive of Barry. But he knows what's going on. Well, everybody does, not just Don C. He's not somebody special. But everybody knows what's going on, and they all will agree. Not one of these assholes, Popeye or anybody else, is going to disagree on any level that Barry, should be put away in a place that's not a Motel 6, and he should be convicted of his crimes. Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time actually making these recordings of the full show and clips, something that's easy for somebody to listen to get to the point. Not all authorities, judges and so forth, are going to go through and listen to a whole video. But as long as you got the whole video there, which I do, you have to have that. There they welcome the cliffs because in a court situation, they're not going to sit through how many videos from start to end. They don't have time in a courtroom. There's so many cases the judge has. It's almost like a McDonald's operation. Come in, get your burger, fries, and Coke, and get the fuck out. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Because there's other cases on the docket they have to listen to. So they will allow testimony, and however long that takes, and they will allow you to present evidence, because they have to. And whatever time it takes to do that, they will allow that. They will allow that. But you can't hold up the court too much longer than the time allotted or needed to present your case in the court on a scheduled date. I've seen them go through 40 people in one day and more. They have, the dockets are so full that they can barely keep up with it. So it has to be concise, get down to the point, get down to the nitty-gritty of what's going on, present your thoughts, present your evidence, present witness, and then move on from there. The court reporter records all this stuff. Remember, a judge, he might have certain memories of people, but a judge has so many cases that it's a fiscal that's involved in this, who is kind of like the guy that remains at the courtroom, and he's kind of the mid guy in there. He's a lawyer, but he handles paperwork and prepares the documents for the judge to see before your case comes up on there. So the judge has to go over it, and he has to remember, oh, okay, that's the update on this. He did present evidence. The man pleaded guilty. Okay, I'm familiar with this. And then goes on for the new material. The court reporter jots down everything that's said in the courtroom, short of nothing. And it becomes part of the minutes of the court. How's your prostate there, Popeye, by the way? It's sitting on your ass so much, it's got to affect your prostate. Oh, jeez. Oh, it looks like. Travel America, I seen a note on there, says a message for Ricky. It just popped out on my screen. So Travel, Barry just put on something. Maybe just a short on there, because it just came out of my screen. It did caption a message for Ricky. Well, he hasn't been on good terms with Ricky, but he's always expecting favors from Ricky. He wants Ricky to call him, probably, and ask a favor of him, money or something. In other words, he's really concerned what's going on, and he should be concerned what's going on, because you fucked up royally this time, Barry. You really did. I'm being serious. You fucked up royally. Well, you always fucked up, but you fucked up royally this time. I don't know what was on your mind. I don't know what you were thinking. To publicly come on social media, and never mind the past discrepancies, whatever, violations and so forth that you did, but seriously, to come on there and actually, I mean, you really did that, and incite others to murder me, and to also say yourself that you want to kill me. I don't know how you're going to get out of that one. I mean, I honestly don't know. And, you know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney, any of the above, and I don't pretend to be, but you seem to act like you're your own attorney, but you don't want to take the advice of your actual attorney. Oh my God. Oh yeah, he's worried. He's worried like a mofo right now, and he should be. Hey, look, man, you know, I got time on my hands. I'm retired, man, you know. I don't mind going the extra steps of what I need to do. I got plenty of time on my hands. I can still do my daily stuff. I can still do my daily chores and whatever I do during the day or have to do, and still have time to take care of this business. It works out very well. Let's see. What's the projected punishment for death threats? That could easily be a 20-year deal on that. That could be about 20 years, which means it's a life sentence to him. God, Barry, you really putting yourself in that position? Really? I thought you wanted to marry your girlfriend. What's the use of marrying her if you might be away for 20 years? You think that's fair to her? Like I could give a shit what's fair to her under the circumstances. But keep this in mind, Barry, no matter what happens with this deportation shit. No matter what happens, and I may know something you don't. I'll let you know, though. But no matter what happens with this situation, the case still goes on. As long as you keep on feeding the attorney his needed fees, and my girlfriend could also act as my power of attorney on this, too. Keep that in mind. It doesn't end if for some reason I got deported or something. It doesn't end. He's giving Obama is live. He's giving instructions to Ricky. Well, I'm out having a smoke right now. I should get my other phone to listen to this, really. But I'll hear it. So in other words, he's going into a panic if he's giving instructions to Ricky. Now, we don't know the real relationship going on between Ricky and Barry. Ricky seems to be very adverse to Barry. But what's going on behind the scenes, we don't know that either. We don't know that either. We don't. Because you don't know what to believe on here. Because Ricky plays both sides of the fence. You have to understand that. You could be talking 20 years on what he's doing, on top of everything else. I don't know, man. We will certainly see how we could introduce this into the court. This is serious enough of a matter. I'm not going to jump away from this one, man. This is like winning the lottery. It's winning the lottery. Imagine that. Who could be so stupid? Just like they said, I was walking down the streets of Mabolo, right? Talking about 14-year-old, you know. Everybody knows it was a third-party thing on there. They didn't use the introduction of that video, which was very explanative as to what was going on. And I was talking third-party about how sexpats are, the ones that do prey on little children. But they took that video and they edited it as such that, well, they removed the beginning of the video. Anyway, not worth even talking about, but you get the idea of what was going on with that. But this is real, what's going on here right now. This is real shit. You know. You can't keep on harping about this fucking civil case in Hawaii. That's gotten old and rusty and it's corroding and it plays no bearing on anything going on with its case, at the current case. I don't know, this might ruin his marriage plans here. I don't know. He's got to do some real thinking about this, man. Obama seriously fed up by soliciting to have you... Oh, he seriously fucked up by soliciting to have you off. Well, I'm not listening to the show, so I'm not doing simulcasting here. So I'm not sure what he's talking about yet. The only reason he wants to reach out to Ricky is because he's basically begging for mercy for Ricky to do something for him. You know what the truth is? Ricky could only do so much for Barry, even if he wanted to. You know, he could only do so much. You know. All right. You go, girl. You go. You go. Right on. Well, you do that pretty good, I must say that. Holy crap. Yeah, I could do that myself. I need to do that because I got to get those muscles on my sides, you know. I got to get them straightened up, help support your back and all that. Go to the chapel and we're going to get married. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Now, I can't really use this phone. For some reason, I got to update my app. I don't know why. Update. Okay, well. Are they trying to get me to buy something here? Just say add to wish list or something. Sign in. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. What else? I have to go through all this again. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, I have to do what I have to do. Okay, now what? Now what? I'll talk about continually doing stupid things. When Barry was doing his live show, he was reading off this communique he got from immigration. It was a doozy. And it said on there, and he even read it, that this communication is a private communication, which is not to be shared or distributed to anybody other than the party it was meant to be. But the idiot, the moron that he is, he did that. Now, here's what just happened. I believe he took off that live show. But, Barry, guess what? Take a wild guess. Take a walk on the wild side. That whole show was recorded. And not only was that recorded, what you had to say on there and all the key points, but the other videos that were fortunately already recorded of your inciting murder on me, murder by yourself, inciting others, not also inclusive of saying that someone should offer somebody a $50,000 reward to do me in. All that was put together on a video and text that I am sending out. I'm just waiting for it to upload. 20 more minutes. It's being sent out to the Department of Justice and 2 different departments of immigration and to my attorney. You're not fast enough, Barry. You're just not fast enough, because I was actually recording your whole show while you were recording it. You got to get ahead of me. You got to be really fast, but you weren't fast. Hiding something doesn't mean it didn't happen. And by the way, a little information. With all the POGO cases, as far as your hopes of getting me deported and getting your girlfriend's report approved, they have to go through tons of POGO cases. Just, we know that much, and I know a little bit more, but just to tell you that, and not to get your hopes up too much. Yeah. Hello, Anthony. Too late, Mr. Jordan. Frederick Douglas, so it'll be a 3rd case. Well, no, that would be up to Department of Justice on that, because that's on the penal code. That's way up on there. That's like it's almost like you're an assistant to a murder or a proposed murder. Boy, did he sound worried on that show, did he not? I was listening to it. Oh, you bet I was. Shit, oh my God, he was on there for 3 hours. I had to, of course, take breaks. But I didn't want to miss a trick. So what I did was I just put my phone, the other phone, next to it. And I recorded everything he was saying. Because I knew damn well he was going to run away from that show. He was going to hide it. But he hadn't been able to hide anything so far. You remember how surprised he was when we went to court? And then all of a sudden his ugly mug shows up on the big screen. And him saying what he did about calling me a child molester. Boy, you should have seen his face. And then later on, he said on his own live show, how the hell did he get that evidence? Figuring I'm so technically challenged that I couldn't do that. I could do that much, Barry. I am technically challenged, I really am. There's no doubt about that. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but surprise! Surprise, surprise, surprise. Boy, was he jabbering on and just repeating himself over and over again on that show. I had to put my phone to the side. There was no way. He maintained 25 viewers, though. Maybe they were doing the same thing. I don't know. But you could not sit there and listen to the same rhetoric over and over and over again. Oh, he made himself $25. Well, minus 30%. Yeah, he'll be able to do a hell of a lot on that. But he made a mistake again, as he does in every show. Many mistakes. Again, he's showing some piece of paper that shows he had 74 cents in his account. What account is that? What account is that? And then he proceeded to say, of course, he's he's ordering food and where's he getting the money for this? And where's he getting the money for this? And where's the money coming from for this banquet they're going to have on their marriage day on the 22nd? Is that still going, by the way? There might be a few complications on the way. If I were him, I'd kind of hold out just a wee bit to kind of see where his future's going. Because we're trying to up this case. It may go as high as the fucking Supreme Court on his threats. It may have to go to the Supreme Court. Don't quote me on this, because as I said, I'm not a lawyer. But the DOJ, their investigation team, both DOJ and they're all related, and immigration, their investigators, are going to investigate this whole matter, inclusive of his girlfriend's report. And I'm just going to say something. I'm going to say one last time. If anything does happen with his girlfriend, she would have did it on her own. Don't be pointing no fingers to me. Not you, Barry, and not anybody else. That is her own doing. She decided to cooperate with Barry on this. It's not my fault. Nope. I don't have to tell you. I like taking credit. I really do. I love taking credit. But I can't take credit on this. So if that happens, it's going to happen. And it's because they were stupid enough to do what they did. But mind you, it's never over until the fat lady sings. You know what I'm saying? All this deportation crap and all that. Okay, so, as I said, even if they decided, well, I don't know, maybe we should deport him, or, as I said, there's a court of appeals that comes next. That could take a long time. And then if that's having a little problem, then there's also the, it's called the Board of Secretary of Immigration, something to that effect. Don't quote me on that. It's something to that. Just jiggle the names around a little bit there. There are two different avenues to take. So, there you go. Frederick Douglass. Oh, wow. Frisbee wants 300,000 pesos from Ricky. Is that what he was asking from Ricky? 300,000 pesos? AJE, exactly. What about the money regarding his wedding? Where's that money coming from? I don't know, out of his magic hat, but he claims he has no money. He still insists that he has no money in his account. Again, and pardon my redundancy, but I'm just going to continue my redundancy. when needed. Where is he getting the money to buy this food every day? Is there a money tree outside growing? You could go out there and pick money off it? Come on, man. His girlfriend's not coming up with that money to buy his meals every day. She's got her own personal needs and concerns. Let's get real. You can only make so much in a sorry store. You got to live yourself. And making those little 3-inch carpets, I mean, they're like a half a penny a piece, half a peso a piece or something. I don't know what the hell it is. What the hell could you make on that? Let's just get fucking real about this. He's losing his mind, and it sure sounds like Clint. Oh, well, you say. Boy, did you hear him going off? Did you see the letter he got? I was just talking about this a little beginning of the show. While he was on the fucking live stream, they called him over and said, and they give him this letter from immigration. Did you hear him read that? That has been noted about his death threats. It's official. It's in the system. It'll go all the way to the court. It's in the system, guys. It's in the system. Hooray for that. Now, it's uploading as I speak. It's not going to appear on YouTube, although I could. But I got a 21-minute long little dissertation to various agencies, CC to this, CC to that, where everything Barry had to say is on that recording. Anything that's pertinent, and it certainly is inclusive of several of his recent shows. And he got on his show and had the nerve to tell you people, you good people out there, he had the nerve to tell you people that he never incited violence. How many people, and I know I don't have a lot of people, but 16 or maybe 15, including me, how many people have heard him inciting this violence on me? Not just violence, but death threats, bullet in the head, or having some Filipino do it, or enticing somebody for maybe somebody will donate $50,000 to have somebody do it. How many people have actually heard this? Well, I know you did. I just want to hear it from you. How could you not? You broadcast it. Kiki says Barry receiving that letter while on a live stream threatening you was great timing. Wasn't it? Kiki, I don't understand why you come on my show. You're a Barry supporter. Why do you come on my show and act like, oh, like you're supporting me or something? Clint Aston says many times you've heard that. Wasn't the timing great? Timing was great. Then he got off there for a while. Man, wasn't it blank for a while? Somebody was talking to him. What has he got, a new roommate over there? It ain't the Indian guy. Well, I think the Indian guy's still there, but I think there's somebody else that moved in. I know you better take control of that third floor. Kiki says Barry's been threatening you for a few years now, more than that. That was a great show to listen to, but I'm going to be totally honest with you. I had to put my other phone next to it and walk away and just go on with my day, whatever I was doing. Because there was no way I could sit there and listen to the same rhetoric over and over again. It's hard to listen to his voice. You want to jump through there and smack his face. I mean, that's the kind of feeling you get, you know. Kiki says, Indian guy is no longer there. Oh, is that right? There's somebody with a language there. I don't know. I heard somebody in the background yapping. I don't know. Well, somebody's there, obviously. Barry, I hope you're listening to this. I know you are, because, you know, what else you have to do with your time, really. I know you're listening to this. You fucked up again. He took off that live. He took it right off, but I knew better. I told you I'm a step ahead of him or two. I made sure I recorded the whole fucking thing. And I took excerpts of the most important things out of there and incorporated it into this letter to the DOJ, to 2 different boards on the immigration, and the DOJ cybercrime, and to one of my attorneys anyway. So everybody has a copy of it, to be fair. I also added some narration to some of this, where some of his videos, it might have been a little bit hard when he had all that static in the background, and I interpreted what he said so they could understand completely without straining their ears. I did a pretty good job. Look. It's like this. It's like this. Yeah, he has a stuttering problem. Kiki says, people come and go. Barry is the only constant, LOL. He does stutter, doesn't he? That guy's got so many problems I can't even count. But he's really relying on his girlfriend's complaint. I mean, he is like depending on that complaint. Well, everything has a way of working itself out, and as I said, my attorney has put in what he needed to put in, you know, every legal paperwork he could put into them. It's up to them at this point to make a decision. But like I said, it's not like, oh, I'm going to be deported. They're going to come and pick me up. It's not like that. No one's going to jail either on this. What's going to happen is that he has the chance, my lawyer, to go to the Court of Appeals. You are allowed to do that. Now, how long that's going to take, that could carry it out for a while. If it doesn't seem to be going as well as we want with the Court of Appeals, we go to the next level higher. Sure, it's going to cost more money, but hey, it's better than getting deported, right? That's what emergency money is around. That's where you have this money, where you have a medical problem or a legal problem. That's what it's all about. He doesn't have that. Oh, he was so happy. He made a total of $25 in donations from his goofy donators that I don't even understand why they give him a dime. I don't even understand it. So minus 33%, whatever it is, he made a fortune today, but I'm afraid that it's not going to be enough. Yeah, what did he say? He needed 300,000 to take care of some business or whatever. And then the motherfucker had the nerve. Oh God, oh God. He had the nerve. And I got that on the recording. I got it. When he's saying that the immigration is taking bribes. Ops. I tried to warn you. Don, Papa, everybody tried to warn you. Your viewers tried to warn you. Sometimes you got to put a zip on your mouth. That letter that he received, it was, now what did he say about, I got to go get my phone? Well, whose phone was he using? Was he using his laptop? What was he using? Because I heard him say, I got to go get my phone. He claims that they took the phone away from him. But how is he doing a show? And please, somebody clarify that for me, because sometimes I could be a little dumb when something is not made clear to me. What is he talking about? Okay, he was screaming his head off and then claims he's not angry. Hilarious. Yeah, he certainly was. He certainly was angry. Man, he's going to bust an artery or something. Save me a lot of trouble. Anthony says, I missed the letter part of the earlier live stream. I put a report in on him with immigration and all that, what was going on, and that how he was making death threats to me and inciting other people to cause me bodily harm and death with a bullet in the head and all this stuff. They in turn, they reacted within a day after they received that, which is today, and sent him a letter pretty much saying that he needs to cease and desist on his using his phone. But he didn't care. He threw caution in the wind and basically said, fuck you to immigration. I think he literally said that too. Telling them that they're taking bribes. Oh, they're going to just love that one. They're going to love that one, man. Maybe they should just bomb on suicide watch. He sounds insane. Sounds insane? He is insane. His own demonstration, of course. Okay. They're just getting better and better, man. If I really like drama, which I really don't, I'll be in drama heaven like Popeye. No, he's losing it, Kiki. I don't understand why you come on my show and I see you being somewhat supportive of Barry on his show. Why are you on my show? Why are you on here sounding like, oh, well, you jumping fence back and forth and whatever does good for you for attention, Kiki? He kept nagging on the Philippines. He sure did. How messed up the Philippines is. That's what you call an undesirable. And he goes, I'm not an undesirable. Frank's an undesirable. No, I'm not. I'm not even close. So why does he want to stay in the Philippines if it's so messed up? He needs a piece of ass that much? He knows that the only place he's going to get it in the Philippines. He knows that. If he was back home in the States, he'd be jacking off all the time because he ain't going to see no action unless he pays for it in the United States, and he ain't going to have no money to pay for that. Yeah, how much the Philippines owes the United States, I heard that part. Yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else, Kiki, of course. Right. I know the name. Stop it, okay? You could talk on here, but stop the bullshit, man, okay? Just stop the fucking bullshit. Oh, yeah. That the Philippines owes, how much the Philippines owes the United States. Well, besides Pinnell, whatever his name is, taking place of Steve Perry. I mean, do we owe it to the music field that Arnell took over Steve Perry, perhaps? But I know what you're saying, that the Philippines owes the United States. No, or is he saying the United States owes the Philippines? Which was it, really? Well, you got to understand, the Philippines is strategic military bases here. Strategic. Sure, it's, one hand plays the other. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Okay, that's just the way it is in politics. One hand plays the other. I mean, is there something new about that? There's nothing new about that at all. Pardon me. 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that. Well, yeah, it's strategic, for China. Well, Philippines does need us because, you know, they want to stay friendly with the United States. I mean, this back and forth goes on with all these allies and nations. They need each other. Even if they don't like each other, what do you think the United States does? They give weapons to our enemies. I know that sounds unheard of. It makes no fucking sense. They give weapons to the enemies that fight against us. Well, Trump is going to be a real charm, I'll tell you, in his administration, because he's doing things that are causing riots. He is really doing things that, okay, well, what's righteous to do about Trump? And I'm a fair person. Okay, to make nations that owe us money to pay back. I agree with that. I agree with that. But you see, what he doesn't mention is that the United States owes China and other countries trillions of dollars. The United States owes trillions of dollars to different nations that they borrowed from, and China being one of them. They got strongholds on each other because of that. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of somebody else. Laughing Larry comes in the room. Tariff might backfire. Yes, Larry. Yes, the tariffs he's putting on is going to create enemies with Canada. More so, Mexico is fuming right now. They're fuming. Of course, Mexico is never going to defeat the United States in any form or way. But, okay, the fact is, do your immigration legally. Barry, like, do your immigration legally. Like, pay your fines and shit. Well, yes, the Mexicans, could have tried to find a legal way to get into this country. Now, another positive thing I will say about Trump, and as I said, I don't just say I don't like a president. Okay, I go on both sides of the coin. I will honestly say what I think he's doing right and what he's not doing right. To prevent drugs and fentanyl from coming in Mexico, Canada, and you've seen what's going on with fentanyl. You've seen the zombies in the streets all over Philadelphia and all the different countries and states, Seattle, everywhere. It's bad. If he could put a cartel on the drug trade, I'm all for that. I will agree with Trump on that. I don't agree with Trump on a whole lot of things, but I would agree to something like that. Biden was absolutely slow on this stuff. I'll admit that. Biden was, contrary to what you might believe, Biden was not my hero. He really didn't do much. He was slow Joe and really should never have been a president. I think there should be an age limit on all presidents. That's my thing. But I don't like the fact that President Trump gave himself full fucking immunity. He could kill somebody and get away with it as a president. He awarded himself full freaking immunity. That means he could do all the wrong in the world, but he's acting like a dictator. He's another fucking Hitler. Do you see him signing off on all those packets and documents for this and that and this and that and this and that? He's causing a lot of problems. And he's going to make inflation. Watch all the more people that are going to be moving into the Philippines. Watch in other countries. Nobody can afford to stay for any length of time in America. They can't. They can't. He's also having, there's going to be problems with the European nations. He's fucking fighting with NATO. He's trying to throw people out from underneath him like NATO and other organizations. Unless he gets his way, he's like the spoiled little kid that's got to have his toy. And he's going to have a temper tantrum on the floor until he gets his fucking toy. That's who you voted for president. That's who you voted for president. Hello, expat. Musk is playing Trump for his own benefit. Yeah, it's all playing off each other, man. Just like the trolls play off each other on here, too. It's all play. They know what's going down in Funky Town. They know goddamn well what's going on. They know what crimes Barry has committed. Everything he's doing is wrong. They all know that. But they want to proliferate the whole fucking drama thing, And he did wrong by Barry presenting that document, reading that document on his show, and he clearly read it. And I don't know the exact wording unless I read it again, but it did say that this communication is meant to be for the person it was intended for, and for their eyes only, and not to be shared. So I mentioned that too in the upload I'm doing to the particular agencies. That's happening as I speak. It is uploading. It's going to upload to YouTube first, actually, on private. Then I usually utilize that to send off. It was just a funky way of getting it out. I do that sometimes, So the right agencies all were informed. Guys, I know it seems like you might find it hard to think that I run out of things to say or run out of words, but when it comes to this particular individual, there's so much to say, but it would take a 5-hour show to get everything out and go over everything he's done to people, to women, to people. He still claims he's never taken anybody's money, and he just makes me fucking ill. He just makes me sick to the stomach. I will be so relieved to see him in an orange jumpsuit. I even made a request that the rest of his internment there, whatever, to be put in a prison. I'm making a personal request. I'm going to try to get my lawyer to get in on this too. That because of his death threats, which he denies, and I love when he denies stuff. He denies stuff when it was just on, and everybody heard his voice, and everybody heard what he says. I never said that. I never said that. You're a liar, Frank. You're a scumbag. You're this, you're that. You got a small dick. How many times you got to hear that shit? How many fucking times? The same shit, and talk about the stupid song, the Muffin Man song, with the 8-year-old. It was nothing. It was fucking nothing. He calls it pedophilia. He calls it child grooming. I called it a moment with my neighbor's kid. We were having fun on the computer. We sang a song. I never used the word cock or dick, never touched the kid. The kid was having a great time talking to some people on there. He was having a really good time. He's because he was socially inept, because he really didn't get out. The parents didn't let him get out much. He loved every opportunity to come over, say hello to us, me and my brother. The kid was in need of socialization. He didn't hang around with any kids from his classes when he did go. Many times these kids were left home alone too. And I'm witness to that, and my brother's witness to that too, by the way, just to mention. He's a good kid. He's a really good kid. And despite what his parents try to do, I don't hold anything against him at all. It was a fucking song. I didn't rape the kid. I didn't touch the kid. I didn't expose myself to the kid. So shut the fuck up, Barry. You're trying to make a fucking mountain of a fucking mole hole because you have nothing else to give. They don't care about a civil case in fucking Hawaii, lame brain. They don't give a fuck about that. It has nothing to do with your case, idiot. Okay. Frank ain't going broke anytime soon. Well, not yet, laughing Larry. AJG says Barry also mentioned about running away from the detention cell and going to... Yes, yeah, I mentioned that too on my recording that's uploading. Yes, he did. He most certainly fucking did. I mean, I'm just trying to find more words to express myself, and I'm usually very good at that. I mean, I call him everything that he is, but there's more words to describe him, and I just can't bring up any because I think I labeled him as what he truly is. I honestly could tell you I've never encountered anybody such a lowlife than this guy. I have never, ever, and that's the damn honest truth. I've never seen anybody as stupid as him. He'll say something 1 second, then contradict or whatever what he just says. You know, such things that I never said I was going to kill him. I never made any murder threats. I never did. When everybody heard it. Everybody heard it. How does he think he's helping himself? How? And what's that? Laughing Larry says, when Barry runs out of things to say, he reverts back to the mushroom song. Yes, I noticed that, because he has nothing else to talk about. Barry said if the judge sentenced him for longer than 2 years, he will attack you in the courtroom. Oh, I wish he would. Oh, I wish he would. Mm-hmm. But I got news for him. Definitely comes to that time, he's going to be shackled. Because, you see, I can't raise my hand at him in a courtroom. I'd be just as guilty as he would. That's why, you know, the TJIF, he likes to talk about that all the time, too. You guys know the real situation that I got up off the table. He didn't. I approached him. I was not afraid of him. There was no reason to be afraid of the little midget, 5'2". And now he's like 176 pounds and he's 5'2". Did you see the pictures of him when shithead came over there with the brisket? Man, I had to look twice, if not 3 times. I said, whoa, did that dude gain some poundage? Poundage! Yeah, Barry's all talk just like Popeye, I know. They should hang around with each other. Yeah, every time he runs out of things, he'll revert back to the mushroom song. Big fucking deal. Shit, I'd do it again. I have no problems with that. I'd do it again. It was humor, it was funny. Let me tell you something, this kid came from a family, and if he's worried about what I sung, supposedly, in front of this kid, you should see the domestic violence that went around in this kid's house. Wow. And what I used to hear through the walls, not that I was listening, but when I was staying at my brother's, I heard their fights through the walls. And let me tell you, man, the kids were all here to listen to it. It was so bad that the daughter that they like to talk about, who was 13 or 14 at the time, okay, she had to see a counselor because she was suicidal. Nothing to do with me. She's had counseling for a long time. They would come over the house, pick her up. Sometimes they'd have sessions at the house. Because there was so much fighting and everything going on in the house. Now you hear the truth. I never mentioned that, did I? But I'm mentioning it now. Am I right, Eric? Eric, am I right? Fuck, they were smoking pot in the house around the kids. Smoking pot and cigarettes. Didn't care for the kids' health. They weren't even supposed to smoke cigarettes in my place. How dare them? I never smoked in my own fucking house there. And they move in and they think they could light up. Even the grandmother's in a wheelchair for cerebral palsy or some shit like that. She's probably dead by now. She was up there in age, but she wasn't in good shape, you know. She'd be smoking pot in front of the kids. So much for respect for their kids. And they're worried about a fucking mushroom song? They're worried about a mushroom song, a Muffin Man song, an old folk song? Give it a rest, Barry. It's too old, man. It's not working. People are laughing at you. How about that time? Every show. How about that time you sing a song about a man's dick on a show? How many times are you going to say that, Barry? They got your point. You made your point. They're tired of listening to that shit. So is everybody else. Can you ever come on your show and just do a show? Because you can't. Because you're not capable of doing any kind of sane vlogging at all that has nothing to do with me. And do you notice how he reverses everything that he says? It's like he's giving an autobiography of himself is what he's doing, really. He's talking about himself. He's projecting. He turns everything around that he's doing wrong and he blames me. Amazing. As I said, never in my life, ever, have I ever encountered someone with such stupidity at an IQ level that's probably down around fucking 45 or 50 at best. It's amazing. Look at the Brevis short from a year back. Laughing Larry says. Yeah, Brevis is another nutcase, man. That guy needs to be watched over carefully. I think he was responsible for the rice thing that went on. And by the way, that really wasn't laughable at all. These people, they moved to the Philippines too, right? Like they give a fuck about the culture and the people. They don't. They want to get laid, that's all it is. Then he asked the question, why is your woman with you? Why is Gilda with you? Well, I think I've answered that. Because she loves me, Barry. And it's not a tool. It's not a deal. She loves me so much that she's been with me for now, officially, 9 years. Our anniversary was just the other day. Showed you the cake. 9-year anniversary for those that didn't think it was going to last for 3 to 6 weeks. That's a real relationship. And when you examine this whole situation, she's already got what she wants. I mean, she's got a house on me. She didn't use any of her money. I did. My dealing. Because when you love somebody, Barry, let me explain something. You don't marry him. Oh, did you also hear him pretty much admit that there is a benefit to marrying her? To get me to stay here. I'll show you. Oh, I hope you're not counting on that, Barry. I hope you're really not counting on that. Barry unblocked everyone, hoping to get a dono. CW not taking the bait. Yeah, no, he blocked me. Yeah, I was making comments on there. He blocked me because he didn't want to hear the truth. It's the same with all his viewers. If they don't say something that he wants to hear, they block him. Because he can't handle the truth because he's got a guilt complex. Smart game plan, Frank. Why pay rent at your age? Right. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. No, I don't live on 1,200 pesos a month. If you want to talk about the Social Security, I'm just shy of 1,500. And let me tell you something. Without any other money consideration, I have lived off that amount for 9 years. Well, actually, most of it. Since I've been out here, I've never had a problem paying my bills, getting food, taking care of 2 children, having money when I needed it to pay for a kidney stone thing and whatever else came up, to pay for tests, imaging test, blood test, urine test, anything that comes up. I do pretty good for approximately $1,500 a month. But who said that was my only income? Did I say that? No. What he's forgetting is that I said she has her own money, and I don't have to go back in history and explain where she got her money from. Okay, it's in the family line. Had to do with land in the past. Her father died when she was 11. Unfortunately for him, he got shot by the, it was the PRA, People's Republican Army. I hope I'm correct on that. Or the National Republican Army. No, People's Republican Army, I think. He got shot 11 times. He died, unfortunately. And she laid next to his coffin for 2 nights. Didn't get off. didn't get away from the platform. She was very close to her dad. So, she doesn't like bullshit in her life. Believe me, she doesn't. That was very emotional thing for her when her father passed away. Yeah. Yeah, the house is long-term security. I am well, Brisket. I'm actually well. We're, of course, talking about Barry's big live stream today. They took off, but he didn't realize I recorded the whole thing. And not only did I record it, but I also took the excerpts from his recording plus some other recordings where he was threatening death on me and wanting a bullet in my head, wanting to kill me, and all this other stuff, and inciting violence for others to do the same to me. I got all that in there. Hear that, Barry? Yeah, I got all that in there, Barry. Don't matter what you take off. He took off his last live stream. He was on for 3 fucking hours. That's the longest he's done in a while. Although I admit I did a 3-hour job the other day. I couldn't even believe I did that. Barry's the gift that just keeps on giving. Yes, Benny Hill. Hello, Benny Hill. God, did you capture that show, guys, when Barry was on live? Boy, he was aggravated. He was pissed off. He was losing his monkey-ass mind. There was no thinking about that. Then he got that letter. And it, like you said, one of you guys said earlier, the timing was great. He was doing it live. They get the letter from the immigration. When they found out he was doing death threats against me, they sent him a stern letter that he needs to stop. Okay? Now, he claims they took his phone away. Well, what was he talking on then? Could somebody kind of enlighten me? Because maybe I really don't follow everything that closely. I got to get my phone back. Go down and get my phone back downstairs or something like that. Dude, what was he talking on? His other phone? How many phones does he have? He has a phone and a laptop. What does he have exactly there? I have not seen the setup. I love it. You could hear the frustration in his voice, Kiki says. Oh, God. How could you not hear the frustration? God, he says himself, I don't like being here. I want out of here. But Barry, you're keeping yourself there. You're keeping yourself there, dude. Stop pointing fingers at me like I did something wrong. You did something wrong. You fucked with immigration. You didn't want to pay your fees. And you know what? Even if I was not allowed at this point until they come to a decision to my next visa when that comes up, okay? Even if it becomes what you call an overstay because of the fact that the visa, man, you could go up to a year for that shit and not be kicked out of the country. I mean, they're looking for long-time overstayers. They're not looking for, and because it was mitigated circumstances, why, if I was not able to do the next visa, that's understood. And all you do is you pay the fucking penalties on that, is what you do. You keep up with that, not like what he did. Not like what he did. Yeah. Let's see. Did Barry actually... He read the letter aloud. Yeah, he did. It basically said that this letter is intended to be the person that is involved, that there was a report of physical violence, of death threats from you on your YouTube channel, and it made a very long little part on there, paragraph, that said this is private information only intended for the person involved, that this is not the person that's the recipient of this. This information cannot be shared. And what does he do as he normally does? He shares paperwork on there. He shared a charge sheet on his show that was not even in the hands of my lawyer. Nevertheless, myself, you remember that? He had no right to do that. Yeah, he read the letter aloud. He got pissed off after that. Fuck you, dude. Oh, and he started to attack immigration. Oh, God, did he? Tell them that they're taking bribes. Oh, I that's all sent out. It's recorded. Immigration is going to know about this. They're going to hear it. I got to check on my upload before they go in for the day. All right, let me get off now because I want to get this upload out. I want to make sure they receive this information today because it's the weekend. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for understanding what's going on. And, I hope for a really good result on all this stuff all the way around. as I said, I'm making a request to have him put in actual prison for the duration of the trial, because he's too much of a risk as far as they're concerned with his violent death threats and everything else, that he will be shackled if he ever does show up in a courtroom, which he will not. He said he's not going to court. He even said to fuck off to his own lawyer. Now, I really don't, I could find out his lawyer's name. I really don't know his name. I really don't, to be honest with you. Well, I'd like to send this to him. I would love to send this to him. I would love to send this to him. AJG says, Barry has lived a life of being short-sighted on everything. I guess so. Brisket says, Frank, did you forward any of this to NBI? No, I didn't do any on that one for NBI. But thanks for mentioning that to me. Maybe I will send a copy to them. Now that you mentioned it, it's the only person I left out. AGI says, because he said that he would run away from where he is to seek you out. Yeah, he did say that. It's on there too. That's on there too. And I made sure they understood it. Because if it sounded a little bit garbled on there, I corrected it. He needs a more secure location. That's what I told them. Exactly. Words. Exactly. Right. Barry, I don't know what else to say. When it comes to you, there's so many things I could label you as that I'm just running out. I've mentioned everything I could say about your demeanor, your personality, your psychology. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. You're an enigma is what you are. You're an absolute human enigma. Not an enema, Barry, you dumb shit. Not enema. It's enigma. You're an enigma. Look it up. Christ. Hee-haw says, would Hannibal Lecter style restraints be suitable? Maybe for him. He'd try to bite me or something. No, but he has no teeth to bite me, though. And he keeps on talking about sucking dick. Man, he's like so focused on dick sucking. Did you notice that? He wants everybody to suck his dick, especially me. Everything's about sucking dick. Does that say something about himself? Is he somehow projecting something? I don't know. Look on the bright side. Barry, you might get on the prison dance chorus. Oh, and AJ says, yeah, okay. And by removing that video, he tactically, whatever, admits to doing wrong. Yeah, it's okay. It was recorded by none other than me. Last one, Brisket. I have theories about his sausage fetish, but he sounded upset with my comments about the organs of that on his stream. Barry's in trouble. Barry's in trouble. You can't hide in that bubble because you're in trouble. They all float, Barry. Remember that? They all float. And you're going to float like the rest of them. Barry. They all float. And it all comes out in a wash. And it certainly is. Every time you do a show, you're putting out your dirt. And everybody and their grandmother's recording it, especially me, to be used against you in a court of law. And I want to thank you very much for that, for making my job that much easier, Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. Thank you very much.
Nothing to prove that it was me. Where's my phone? Frank can go suck a dick. Tell the BI to stop taking his money. All he's doing is robbing him. Now let's read this right here. Forward, detainee Barry Lee Jordan, death threats to Mr. Battaglia, Cebu District Office, Cebu. From Frank Battaglia. Confidential note, information, so This information is to intend the use of individual attorney whom it is addressed and other parties authorized to receive. It may concern confidential and legally privileged communication. If you are not the intended recipient, you are hereby notified. Disclosure, copy, disruption, whatever else. Man, fuck you, dude. I didn't threaten no fucking death to you. Sure fuck didn't. I didn't threaten any fucking death to you, bro. No, I said I wish somebody would kill you. I'm not threatening death on you. Wishing. My opinion is someone's gonna fucking walk and blow your brain. That's my opinion because nobody likes you. People hate you, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you, bruh. Fuck you, son of a bitch. Fuck you, cock-sucking little dick-sucking bitch. You little queer. You little sissy boy. He said he wished somebody would kill me. Oh, he fucking threatened my life. No, that's not a threat, motherfucker. A threat is somebody saying they're gonna do it to you. I didn't threaten you. That's not inciting shit. No, it ain't. No, he just got timed out for 24 hours. But I'm not gonna block him. They blocked me on this channel though, because he didn't like what I was saying to it. Dude. So why the fuck do they keep listening to him, right? Why the fuck do they keep listening to him, right? My girlfriend has a complaint against him and they're not fucking doing nothing to him. But he's allowed to harass me, right? Fuck you, big shot. Fuck you, motherfucker. Go to hell. Bye, bitch. You're fucking blocked. Fuck you. Don't call me stupid, you fucking dick-sucking little bitch. You have a problem me calling you a dick sucker? Come up to the BI. Let's have a problem. So, Frank, what do you know about fishing? What do you know about fishing? That grooming. Fucking with a child is what it's called. When you sing a song about a dick with an 8-year-old little boy, it's pedophilia, Frank. Frank, pedophilia. Sing the song about a pee-pee with an 8-year-old little boy. Proud son, dude. Now, why the fuck do they keep listening to him, right? Why the fuck do they keep listening to him, right? My girlfriend has a complaint against him and they're not fucking doing nothing to him. Having a dick? Bullshit. Frank's a fucking liar. Frank's a fucking liar. Tell them to prove it's me. Tell them to prove that it was me. Where's my phone? Frank can go suck a dick. Tell the BI to stop taking his money. All he's doing is robbing him. Now let's read this right here. Forward. Detainee Barely Jordan death threats to Mr. Battaglia. Cebu District Office, Cebu. From Frank Battaglia. Confidential note. Information. So, this information is to intend the use of individual attorney whom it is addressed and other parties authorized to receive. It may concern.
But he's reading it on his YouTube channel live.
Confidential and legally privileged communication. If you are not the intended recipient, you are hereby notified. Disclosure, copy, disruption, whatever else. Man, fuck you, dude. I didn't threaten no fucking death to you. Cebu District Office, Cebu. From Frank Battaglia. No fucking death to you. Sure fuck didn't. I didn't threaten any fucking death to you, bro. No, I said I wish somebody would kill you. I'm not threatening death on you. Wishing. My opinion is someone's gonna fucking walk and blow your brain. That's my opinion because nobody likes you. People hate you, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you, bruh. Fuck you, son of a bitch. Fuck you, cock-sucking little dick-sucking bitch. You little queer. You fucking little fucker. A threat is somebody saying they're gonna do it to you. I didn't threaten you. That's not inciting shit. No, it ain't. No, he just got timed out for 24 hours.
And this is all while Mr. Jordan is in the detention center in Mandawi with full use of his phone. And I don't know what the guards are involved in this or what's going on with that. He comes on his show all the time and does live streams, and he has 5 charges against him of cyber libel. And he still continues to do it. And this is ridiculous. He threatens my life. He threatens to have somebody put a bullet in my head. He says that he wants to kill me himself, and he's in full denial. Something needs to be done about this, and something needs to be done about this really quick. He needs to be put in a regular prison in the interim of his case.
But I'm not gonna block him. They blocked me on this channel though, because he didn't like what I was saying. Why the fuck do they keep listening to him,
right there he says, somebody needs to kill me. And this is all happening in his jail cell in Mandawi. It's amazing. What he said was, I know it sounds kind of garbled, but he told the police and immigration to go fuck themselves, is what he basically said. What he's doing is he's challenging me to put a second case on him for the death threats that he's made. We have me and my attorney, Alan Legaspi, we have other tapes of him putting death threats against me historically, and certainly since he's been in lockup. And this is the whole point. I want the commissioner to get a copy of this. And the reason I want that is because the commissioner right now, they have to make a decision on a complaint that his girlfriend, that he coerced into doing a complaint against me to try to get me deported, when it was Barry Jordan the whole time that convinced her to do it. And none of the information in there was true, and my lawyer did a great job of putting in his affidavits and so forth and memorandums for this. He even made a personal visit to them today, which is February 5th or 6th. And it's not fair to me, after what Barry has done, and out of total retaliation to try to get me deported away from my family. I've been with my Filipina for 9 years. I'm raising 2 children. I'm taking care of other children she has that are going to college. We have a house here, and we're very happy. I'm 70 years old, and I cannot afford to be deported based on a false report. And that's what it really comes down to. Besides all that, he's calling me queer boy, and he continues to call me a pedophile, which is why he has 5 charges against him, and he's now on trial in the Toledo RTC, to note. And to also note, on New Year's Eve, the guards let him out to celebrate New Year's Eve. They were drinking liquor. He had his girlfriend over there. She was dancing and singing. This is the same girl who put the complaint on me that says psychological issues because of me. Never met the woman. She claims depression and PTSD, but she was singing and dancing, as many of her videos actually depicted. This was a horrible attempt to try to find fault with an innocent person based on his wanting to enact revenge upon me. I'll continue. He said that immigration don't want me to break the rules, but I will break the rules, he says. Now let's continue. If I can here. Here we go. If the immigration is breaking the rules, then he said that he will break the rules too. And this is pertaining to the fact that he said that immigration is taking bribes, which of course is not true. Sorry, I got to keep on switching my phones here back and forth for the recording.
I bet somebody has to put a what is that, 50,000 peso, 50,000 peso reward. I guarantee somebody go out there and whip his ass. Guarantee that would happen. All you gotta do is let the Filipinos know, hey bro, this is a 50,000 peso reward to beat the fuck out of this motherfucker.
This is where Mr. Jordan is claiming and inciting violence and telling people if somebody would offer a $50,000 reward, that there'll be somebody out there, such a Filipino, that would beat me up, a 70-year-old man, and would kill me and put a bullet through my head. So he is indeed inciting violence. There's no question about it.
He's gonna get his ass stopped left and fucking right then, and he knows it. I think somebody should do that. And yeah, I am inciting violence on you because you deserve it. You incited violence on me.
Here he admits that he is inciting violence.
What was he saying? That the king of this Jordan till his woman got in the way. She stepped right away, right when I was getting ready, broke out. Throw that glass, I was gonna hit her right in the middle of the head with it. And then I said, because he wanted to get blindsided, I was gonna blindside him. I'm gonna throw that glass and fucking hit him right through, Brad. I was playing on.
Another act of violence when Mr. Barry Lee Jordan stalked me when I went to a local restaurant in Ayala at TGIF. He got up off his chair, had a liquor glass he was about to throw to me. He had a knife in his right pocket that he proceeded to take out, but then it was interfered on when somebody that I was with got out of the way, got him out of the way to do so.
Doing some damage to him, but she walked up and got right in front. You think what you say to him or anybody else hurts us? No. Only thing it does, it gives us fuel to fucking talk bad about you, say shit about you. Because we know it bothers you. Things bother you, we're gonna fuck with you about it. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna fuck with you. You put me in jail, motherfucker. You fucking bribe fucking police fucking come get me and pick me up. You sure fuck did. And you expect me to fucking just learn?
He's insinuating that I have bribed police on top of immigration.
Learn a lesson? How do you think that all these motherfuckers that people put in prison, Frank, they go to jail. All these motherfuckers that put them in jail, do you think they're like, oh no man, it's right, you were right what you did, blah, blah, blah. Do you really think that they see it that way? Do you? Do you think motherfuckers really see it that way, dude? I don't know.
He's referring to the immigration people as motherfuckers.
I can tell you, for a fucking fact, motherfuckers that get put in jail by somebody else, or the other person deserves to be there and they don't. They don't all that go shit. It'll grudge it. I hold a grudge. And you think that I'm gonna let it go and leave it the fuck alone? Have you lost your fucking mind?
Again, Mr. Barry Jordan admits that he's not going to leave the situation alone. He will continue to get on his cell phone in detention and continue to defame, make allegations against me, talk bad about the immigration, talk bad about the police, inciting others to do harm to me as a way of getting revenge and vengeance, as he did with his girlfriend, Charisma Saram, who put a complaint on me to deportation.
After what the fuck you've done to me? Do you really think I'm just gonna leave this alone? Do you?
Says I want to kill you. Okay, I'm going to conclude this. This is over 18 minutes and 44 seconds. What I'd like the Department of Justice and the Immigration Office to do, and also to get this out to the Commissioner, that it has been proven with, evidence already in court during his trial at the regional trial court, that he admitted guilty to calling me a pedophile on 5 counts. He doesn't want to show up at court, and apparently he's not listening to his attorney. That's what's going on. The attorney barely wants to represent him because he's not cooperating with his attorney. I'm doing the best I can with my attorneys to handle this matter. But Mr. Jordan gets on his live show on YouTube. It's called Travel America, Barry J. And continually does the same thing that got him in trouble in the first place with the 5 charges. I'm asking that Mr. Jordan, because his propensity for violence is to be put into a more secure facility other than the detention center. He even mentioned that if he had a way to get out of here, he'd come to my house and cause harm to me. The question I have for you people is, what are you willing to do about this? Please get back to me to assure me that you've heard this message. Please give this to your investigators and come up with some conclusion as to where it should take this. Now, please keep in mind, no one ever did anything bad to his girlfriend. That's where the complaint came in for deportation. I even got a charge sheet on me, which was so unnecessary. I've never done anything to her, and her whole report was bogus, and it was instructed by her boyfriend, Barry Jordan, who has a reason to find and enact revenge against me. Please put this up to the commissioner, if you will. I would really appreciate it. I've taken the time to do this tape. Yeah, I know my lawyers should be doing this, but there's a lot of things they should be doing that they're not doing, but they've been pretty busy too. I'm not the only case, understandably. So I take this upon myself to contact you guys and let you know exactly what's going on. And I would appreciate any help on this matter. Thank you for listening to this. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you. 7 years of non-payment of his visa, overstayer. He also faces, again, 5 charges of cybercrime and continues to make the same mistakes over and over again. On this video, you're going to hear him mocking the judge, mocking very big time the Bureau of Immigration. And it's amazing. And he's also drinking in his cell and ordering another bottle, trying to get his cellmate to go in half on a bottle. He admits he has his phone, he has his game player, and he has a laptop. It's amazing what he's been managing to get away with. But how he's talking about the immigration, that's part of this show, that this will indeed be sent to the immigration themselves so they can see and hear for themselves. Why don't I just allow you to just listen to this? Let me just do that. Because I can't really listen to it over again. It's very difficult for me to listen to his voice. So why don't you hear what I recorded, because exactly what you're hearing is actually going to the Department of Justice and Immigration and so forth. So here we go. It's better that I just, put this on and all that. He could also use his notebook and Xbox to stream on YouTube. Everything needs to be taken from him. I can't agree with you more, but listen to what he just had to say. I think Brevis is coming over or something. Listen to what he has to say. It's just amazing. Shall we start? Mr. Jordan is talking to his cellmate on here, saying if you go half with me, we'll buy a bottle of Jim Beam. Now, meanwhile, he's in the Warden's Detention Center in Immigration in Mandawi. During this broadcast, I'm going to give you snippets of this, that he is actually cursing the Department of Immigration that they could kiss his ass. He said that he tried to take his phone. He said, on my dead body. I just have to have you listen to these clips.
Right straight. I don't give a fuck what the BI said, what the court says. If anything happens to that man, if the judge decides, well, I'm going to give you 12 years in prison, which I don't think is going to happen. If he does, I'm gonna grab you in the courtroom and beat you with it. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna give them a reason to put you in jail. Calling you a name, calling you a pedophile is not a reason to put somebody in jail. I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but it's not. Calling you a name is not a reason to put somebody in jail. Put somebody in jail is stupid, right? You're not a politician and you're not a business owner. You don't own any businesses whatsoever. So fuck you, Frank. So minded. Which well, the judge is cool with me, but the judge doesn't see what you're doing, and then you're paying off the judge, and you're getting your lawyer to pay the judge to continue this going. This should have been dismissed 6 months ago. You're not coming to court. It should have been dismissed. But it didn't get dismissed because Frank wants to be a bitch and a crybaby. Like, well, he called me a name. Nobody gives a fuck if I called you a name, Frank. Who cares? Who gives a shit if I called you a name, bro? Do you really think the Bureau of Immigration cares if I call you a name, Frank? Do you really think the Bureau of Immigration cares if I fuck with you? Do you really think that they give a shit if I fucking bother you? No, they don't. The only reason they're doing anything is because you're bribing the Bureau of Immigration. You're bribing the Bureau of Immigration. You're bribing them. You're paying them to do your dirty work. Why don't you come do it yourself, bro? Why don't you come do it? Come on, Frank, I'm waiting on you. You know where this place is at? Come on. No, if I love you the way I don't want to be a good Joe, write this down. That's right. Why do you always cry? What's up, guys? How y'all doing today, man? What's going on with y'all, man? Look here, I'm gonna explain something to you. Frank, I know you're full of shit. Nobody cares about you, bro. Understand? Nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody gives a damn about you. What the fuck you're about. No one cares. Nobody gives a fuck. You understand? No one gives a shit. So you understand, right? The BI wanted to take my phone and shit, but I refused to let them have it. Because, well, I know you're watching, Frank, so fuck you. I refuse to let them have my cell phone. I refuse to let them have my phone. I refuse to let them have my phone, bro. I refuse to let them have it. Because they want to be an asshole, right? having my fucking phone. Fuck them. The horse that rode in on. I mean, look. I'm not going to explain this to you, right? I'm going to explain this to you right now, right?
He's being so horribly abusive to the Department of Immigration, the ones that have him in that cell. And he's drinking, getting drunk, and he's mocking and knocking the Bureau of Immigration. Not just that, but the judge talking about the Department of Immigration they're using bribery. The very people that are responsible for him being there is accusing them of bribery, and the judge too. But listen to the show.
Right, because I know you're listening, okay? I know you're listening to me, Frank, so I'm going to explain this to you 100%. So this way you understand me, okay? I'm going to explain this to you so you get where I'm coming from. Okay? Hold on, I'll be right back. This, bro. I'm going to say it like this. You said you complain, you cry, you moan, and you groan, right? That's all you know how to do. You said you bitch and you moan, oh, he death threat me. I didn't death threat you, bro. There's no death threats there at all. There's no death threats.
Well, the problem with that is that this has been made publicly. There were indeed death threats. He wants to have a bullet put in my head. He wants to do it himself. Or he wants somebody out there for $50,000 to go and do the job. He's also said it himself that he was inciting people for violence. He's also indicated he was inciting people for violence, for murder. And then he'll turn around and say, I never said that, when I actually have the videos, which were turned in to the DOJ and the Bureau of Immigration. So there you go. I know you find this incredible, so do I.
No death threats. I said I wish somebody would kill you. That's not threatening death on you, bro. That's just wishing somebody would kill you. Wishing somebody would beat you into your life so this way you would understand and you would learn and you would get the fuck off YouTube and drop the case.
To get off YouTube and drop the case. And that's what this is all about. And that's why he had his girlfriend, who he coerced into doing the report on me to try to get me deported from the country. My lawyer has put in reports about that. He has sent in counter affidavits and memorandums and even made a personal visit. So with that being said, I don't think he understands his position, has a capability mentally of understanding the position he's in. Just listen to the way he's talking and, you'll get the gist of it.
But since you want to take it so serious, that's fine. Right? You call my girlfriend a whore, correct? Right? You call my girl a whore.
And nobody ever called his girlfriend a whore. And that was put in a report. But there was zero evidence proven I ever called her any such name whatsoever.
I'll say you didn't do it because you did do it. Right? You called my girl a whore. Straight up, you called her a whore. Okay? I'm waiting on my special guest to get here. He'll be here and listen now. Okay, meanwhile, Barry continues to use his phone. He has talked more stuff about the Bureau of Immigration than I'd ever believed that he would even say on a live show. And at one point he says, over my dead body, are they going to take my cell phone away from me? It seems that he feels that he has control of his immigration detention center and the guards. He has talked nothing but bad about the justice system, especially the Bureau of Immigration, the people that are detaining him in the cell. Listen now. You sit and you talk all this shit, Frank. I'm talking shit and I'll say your name all day, every day. Man, fucking thing you can do about me saying your fucking name. Frank Battaglia sang a song about a dick with an 8-year-old child. Barry keeps on bringing up a civil case that has nothing to do with a child that happened in another country in Hawaii. But this is something that he brings up here all the time. Now, if you listen more of this broadcast, he seems to get more cocky as time goes by. He has no respect for the law. He has no respect for immigration. It even said that I was paying off the judge. These are all libelous statements that he's making. I'm leaving it up to the
Bureau and the DOJ to do what they feel that they need to do. That is the purpose of why I'm sending these videos, and I give you my apologies. But sometimes I think certain information before it's lost has to be shared with your department, because many times he takes off his live shows on YouTube. Now, just to get it straight, Mr. Jordan is at the Mandawi Immigration Center, Detention Center, for 7 years of overstay, and he has 5 cases of cyber libel on him. He's been doing nothing but knock and mock the judicial system, even his own lawyer, and even has mentioned something about my partner, which has nothing to do with this. This has been going on ever since he was put in that cell and found out that he had 5 charges against him.
That is pedophilia. Frank Battaglia sang a song about a...
He keeps on calling me a pedophile on his show. He hasn't given up on that. And the pedophile issue, the child molester issue that he brings up is actually of the 5 charges that are actually against him, and he still hasn't stopped. Hasn't stopped for 1 moment.
Who you are, you think it's funny, right? Right, John Bishop, Frank, but everybody, so you know, John Bishop is Frank Battaglia. He'll change his name. He'll change his channel name. Of course he will, because he's a bitch. I'm waiting on OB to get here so I can,
B being his partner in crime, Brevis. And he's drunk in his cell right now as this recording is being made.
Bro, I'm going to the department to shoot him tomorrow. I'm going to give her everything on Frank Battaglia.
Now to also note, Mr. Jordan has in his jail cell not only different electronic devices in there, but he gets drunk on a regular level. I don't know who's allowing him to do that.
You know which place is that? Come on. Come on, bring him waiting on you. Oh, that's right. Frank's too little of a coward facing him in the man. Right? So fuck you.
The other thing that really perplexes me is that he's planning to get married in his cell on February 22nd. I don't understand how he has all the prerequisites of doing so. Because you'd have to leave your cell to do signatures on certain documents. His visa, well, I guess you get around that. His visa is not valid. His passport is about expired. There is paperwork that he needs to sign. There's also has to go to a meeting about a marriage. It's counseling. And there's other documents that, you know, if he has no legal impediments against him, which he actually does, he has 5 charges of cybercrime on. How is he going to be allowed to be married? I just want the immigration to know that approximately 3 o'clock on February 22nd, he is planning to get married. And I think you guys need to intervene on this. It will be the worst mistake his girlfriend ever made, because chances are he's not going to see his freedom. There's no divorce in the Philippines. And he pretty much admits that the relationship is utilitarian, that it's going to help his situation out in immigration if he marries her.
The Bureau of Immigration ain't going to do shit to me. When I get him my phone, you're not getting anything I own. The Bureau of Immigration will not get nothing that I own. You know why, Frank? You know why they won't? Because what you're doing is wrong. You're a liar, Frank. You're what? I've never threatened your life.
What I'm doing is wrong. Now that's really rich. And he's never threatened my life. When everybody on YouTube has heard this, the recordings are still there. The recordings were sent over to various agencies besides my attorney.
issue with an issue in your life. I said, I wish somebody would kill you, which I do. I wish one of these haters would walk up to blow your brains out or hire a Filipino to kill you. That's what I wish would happen to you. That's my opinion.
He doesn't think that's unlawful.
My
Amazing.
opinion is you need to die. Because of what?
Well, hearing this, I don't know what your position is, either as the Department of Justice or the Immigration Office. I would say this is more reason than good to put him in protective custody in a real prison and get him out of his detention center where he has too many privileges and he's not supposed to be using his phone to continue to do the defamating videos that he does about me on a daily basis. This is absolutely ridiculous. He's given immigration and Department of Justice a really, really bad name.
What you are, who you are. That's my opinion, bro. A wish is not confessing it's not confessing attempted murder, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, if I was to say myself, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm not as dumb as you are. I actually use my head, bro. Fucking stupid, bro. It's unreal. Fear of immigration, they'll deport me from the country, right? So if you say that, oh, you can't say anything bad about the BI, fuck the Bureau of Immigration. They ain't doing their jobs. If the Bureau of
Fuck the immigration. There you go.
Immigration was doing their job, Frank would be here right now and I'd be deported. Why isn't the Bureau of Immigration doing their job on him when there's a complaint against him? Why isn't the Bureau of Immigration doing their job? They're not doing their job, bro. Fuck them. They're not doing their job. I don't give a shit. Fuck the BI.
I'm reasonably sure that the Department of Immigration would love to hear this and actually know what's going on at the immigration center. This is the kind of attitude that Mr. Jordan has maintaining. He thinks he's above the law. And speaking of immigration the way he does, I would think and hope and pray that you gentlemen would see this as what it is and take this to another level. I pray for such. As he's speaking, he's actually
Fireman! We got fireman! Firewoman!
drunk in his...
Firewoman, I need help! Firewoman! I'm fireman, but firewoman, I need help! I want firewoman to come up here.
The guy is drunk in his cell. And you got immigration guards right there. They don't do anything to stop him. They don't say anything. They don't confiscate his phone. It's amazing.
Anyway. Well, my buddy will be here in like 15 minutes. He sure will be. Hey! Are you stuck in Frank's dick? Is what she asked him. So the Bureau of Immigration can suck a fucking cock. I'm an American.
Wow, what a statement that is. The Bureau of Immigration is sucking cock. He's an American. In other words, they have no control over him, when they very much do.
Fuck them. They don't like it, they can go to hell.
As you can hear, the way he's talking about the Bureau of Immigration, I would think that the Bureau of Immigration would step in and take his phone away permanently, all his communication devices, and put him in a prison where he cannot, in an orange uniform, where he cannot utilize his phone in any form or way.
That's right. I run the show, not the BI. I'm here. I run the show.
He runs the show, not the Bureau of Immigration. As I said, he feels he's above the law, and you're hearing it right now.
Them motherfuckers don't run shit. The only thing they run is their mouth. Well, you said no, and you got proof? You have proof. You have me on camera saying this or doing this, doing that. You don't have proof, you ain't get shit. And I told him the only way to get my phone and my Xbox and my computer is over my dead body. So they gotta prove that it was me.
Cell phone, computer, and Xbox in a jail cell.
They can't prove it was me, then what? It wasn't me. So they got to prove that it was me. So fuck them. They kiss my ass. Exactly how I feel and exactly what I think. I might order another bottle of Jim Beam.
He says that so nonchalantly. I might order another bottle of Jim Beam. Meanwhile, for those just tuning in, he's in a detention center, an immigration holding cell for 22 months, and has the freedom of his cell phone, freedom of his Xbox, freedom of his laptop, free to drink and get drunk. There goes another bottle of Jim Beam. That means he's been drinking in his cell. He's going to be asking his cellmate if he wants to go in half. How is this allowable?
Almost a lick.
Almost.
You want to go in half on a bottle of Jim Beam? I'll pay half, you pay half on a bottle of Jim Beam. Jim Beam. No. May I come in? May I come in? Yes. Okay. No. Yes, come in. Yes. No.
No, Larry, that is not allowed. But he sure manages to get away with it.
Shut up, dog.
Well, this is surely enough of that. This is surely an embarrassment for the Bureau of Immigration. And whatever you just heard is what they're going to hear from my show, because this is exactly what I sent them. What they decide to do about this matter is entirely up to them. I'm just an information source making this complaint, and they can handle this any way that they want, including the Department of Justice and otherwise. This had to be broadcast because he does tend to take his shows off. It is the only way that I can keep it on. It doesn't matter if he's not on camera. The audio version of what he's saying will be accepted by these departments, especially since his voice is absolutely recognizable, because we do have records on him, and a lot of his videos have been turned around and turned out. The Bureau of Immigration is aware of his situation. I'm not really sure why they haven't taken any more drastic measures toward Mr. Barry Lee Jordan. I'm not really sure. Maybe they're not totally aware of the situation, but if they weren't, they most certainly are now. Larry says the guards must be in on it. Well, I don't know whether they are or not, but they're right there. And they must know what's going on. And Immigration and Department of Justice should put their heads together and do something about this situation. He needs to be put in a real prison cell because his propensity for violence that's been heard over and over again, threats of death to people, to incite death against me and himself, making statements that he wants to kill me, and making statements that somebody should offer somebody, a Filipino, 50,000 pesos to go and put a bullet in my head. If this is not enough information for the various departments, I don't know what to say. But I'm sure they will take action after they hear this video. I don't think they have a choice on this at all, to be honest with you. This has been a live broadcast by Mr. Frank Battaglia, who is the plaintiff in the situation of Barry Lee Jordan, who has a 5-count charge case in Toledo Regional Trial Court, who has presently been for almost 22 months in the Warden's Immigration Detention Center in Mandawi. Alrighty, I'm gonna do, I hope to be a quickie. Somebody must be doing a live show. I know Big Kevin was due to make one at 9 o'clock, so my timing could actually be off on here, but it don't really matter too much, actually. Say what I need to say. And the truth is, now that we did establish mental illness, and there's no question about that. And hold on a second here. Okay. Pardon me. I don't know where everybody is. Somebody must have a show on right now. I know Big Kevin was going to have one around 9, but I don't think it's 9 o'clock. But that's okay. Um, Perhaps I'll just do the show another time, because I didn't finish my movie yet. Maybe it's a good time.
Fuck you, son of a bitch. Fuck you, cocksucking little dick.
Really amazing. Now he's talking third party. So his condition, shall I say, has deteriorated even more. And he's talking third party, if you can believe that, and I know you probably could. Sounded he was burned out on all that alcohol he was drinking. Oh well. Let's see. I don't know if I should even bother playing that back. Maybe you should just listen to his show. He's very soft talking because he had his night of drinking, apparently. And somehow what? I didn't. Oh, it's in there. Anyway, I would play it, but I kind of don't want to hear his voice again, to tell you the truth, and have to re-record it on the other phone again. I'm just, I got it on my files, but I don't feel like playing it. I think I recorded about, I don't know, about 15 minutes of it or something on there. And he's very low voiced, like he's just recovering from his alcohol binge over at the center. That's amazing what he gets away with, huh? The dude was talking third party. I'm not shitting you. Well, he's done this before. Like making believe he was his brother. Man, this is a made-for-TV fucking movie, man. I'll tell you that. It's an absolute made-for-TV movie. He's talking to himself. It's gotten to a point. He's talking to himself. Did you ever think it would come down to that? Well, he's done this before. I mean, this is really nothing new. Actually, when you think about it, it's not anything new at all. But, yeah, I listened to part of Ricky's show. And yeah, the audience was not exactly pro Barry Jordan, I might say. Yeah. Well, I can definitely say that. I think people are realizing now that, I don't know, it's like he's turning himself inside out or something. That he can't take the pressure anymore. All this violent talk with his, oh, he knows somebody from America is going to come and kick my ass, and is basically telling me to watch behind my back. All of this, of course, is being recorded. Well, the one thing they were right about on Ricky's show, and Ricky and Dawn did agree, that Barry has dug himself so deep that he can't get out of his situation anymore. He buried himself so goddamn deep that It's kind of one of those situations where you got nothing to hold on to, nothing to grab on to get you out of that little quicksand that you put yourself into. He was talking to himself. Nobody was on there at all. Well, certainly nobody was talking. It sounds like defeat. It was a voice of defeat. But at the same time, being cocky, he still had to fight back. Still had to fight back and still call me a child predator. Oh, God, do I have to say it again? You know, the thing that got him into trouble in the first place? He's nonstop. He needs more of a mental institution, not, I don't know. He needs to be around people like himself. You know, cocky, narcissistic, truly narcissistic. Believing that they're right all the time and will not recognize their wrongs. Because you get in that deep and you've done so much shit to people that you get to believe it after a while in your mind when you have a sick mind like that. I mean, look what he was saying about the immigration. Hello, Stefan. Barry was drunk and sad there. Yeah, he knows he messed up deep down, but he not admitted. No, he will not admit to anything at all. Oh, don't start feeling sorry for him, okay? There's nothing to feel sorry for. Yeah, Don and whatever, and Ricky, they don't like me, that's for damn sure. No, Don, I never said you liked me. I'm just saying that you agreed with me with something about Barry. That's all I said. I can't stand your guts, Don. Trust, that hasn't stopped. That hasn't changed. I think in some ways you're as sick as Barry. On a different level, but you're not all there yourself. The time you spend on YouTube is phenomenal. You talk about me or anybody else, but come on, you're supposed to be married. You work at home on whatever you're doing. But you always find the time. You're always right, like Johnny on the spot, to be right on there, Don, don't you? When somebody puts a show on, what does that say? Hello, Master of Puppets. I don't think he's cocky, Frank. He's scared little man trying to convince others he's a tough guy. Well, he's always done that, sir. He's always done that. There's nothing changed about that. He knows he's in a bad position, but now? Okay, listen up. You know, he's already pissed off every agency out there. Now it's going to be worse. Now he probably truly is going to get his phone taken away from him. Is he going to be another Robin Williams? What's going to happen to him? He's going to hang himself? What is he going to do? No, but he says he loves himself too much to do that. I don't know. What's to love? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm still going to say it. You know, it's not that I feel sorry for his girlfriend. I really don't. But in general, like I said before, she is a Filipina. At least I think she is. I mean, I don't know any better. Never been in a bedroom with her. I have no clue what she is. I mean, if this is the Philippines, I can't tell. I mean, really. So, you can't make a statement like that. I don't know. But here in the Philippines, you just never know. You got to check the Adam's apple and check the size of the hands and stuff like that. Okay, Stefan says he has to know you cannot embarrass the Bureau of Immigration there. They will have to get real harsh with him now. Yeah, you know, Stefan, I think that's what's going to actually happen. You know, they're kind of pissed off with him already. Well, not kind of. They will be now. They've already had an acknowledgement. They already came over there. Well, remember, he did his show today. How many? He did his show today. When he got that piece of paper from the guard. And he read it. Which, by the way, was privileged information for him. Not for him to read out on it. That's where he made another mistake. He really fucked up on that one, I gotta tell you that. But then again, he's fucked up on everything he's done in his life. He's so down on himself that he has to prove to himself, and if he keeps on repeating it, you know, thinking to himself, I'm not in the wrong, I'm in the right, everybody else is in the wrong, I'm in the right. Everybody's wrong but him. Everybody's wrong but him, right? Everybody's wrong but him. Because he can't do no wrong, but he's done wrong ever since he's been on YouTube. He was wrong for when he was fucking born. He should have been a fucking abortion, seriously. Would have saved the world a lot of problems and all the people he fucked over. He should have been aborted. That's my opinion. Stefan says, he's, oh, he has to know you cannot embarrass the baby. Oh, yeah. He just stated. It got the point that when I record him, and you think I'm kidding about this? I'm actually not. I have to walk away from the two phones. Not to have to hear his voice over again. I mean, I'll listen to his show. I'll set it up to record him. And I record everything. Because there's going to be more evidence in this case that's going to be introduced. He's not going to like it at all. He's just hoping on his girlfriend's situation, her complaint. He's praying, because that's his only redemption as far as he's concerned. But you see, it doesn't change anything. There's still going to be a case on him. That's not going to stop. And don't forget the second case, which is dependent on something else, all ready to go. Well, excuse me. It's not the total truth. It's not all ready to go. Because now there has to be a little bit of rewriting on there to include his new stuff now. So, with the new threats. Because don't forget, the second case is about his threats. But man, this kind of, supersedes by 3 times some of the stuff he said in the past. I'm not kidding you on that. I couldn't even barely listen to Ricky either. He's posting a photo of some guy with a funny thing on his nose that the guy had a heart attack or stroke. And he's making fun of the guy, but Ricky doesn't look at his own nose. Pig nose. Yeah. And you heard what Ricky said. I think Ricky was being honest with one thing. He did have a lawyer a long time ago in the beginning that got so pissed off at Barry didn't want to represent him anymore. Yeah. Because he's like, to the lawyers. They don't want to hear that. Hey, I got to a point, I did it with my lawyer one time, and he didn't like it at all, so I kind of changed my direction with that. You can't bother your lawyer too often. You remember about lawyers, you're not their only client. And you got to keep that in mind, that they have other cases that are just as equally as important as you are. Every case to a lawyer is as equally as important, if they're a good lawyer, to, unless they're making a lot more money on a case than you, they might kind of lean toward that case a little bit more. I mean, that's just common knowledge. Yeah. But he was talking third party. It was funnier than shit. Saying, well, this guy Barry, I don't think that he made any kind of threats of any kind. And I'm thinking, you know what? I turned to my girlfriend. I said, I think he's finally just completely lost it. I mean, it finally happened. I mean, I always thought he lost it, but he's come to a point now where I'm convinced he has completely lost it. Completely lost it. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I've contacted by letter several of the agencies, especially, of course, the immigration. And they will hear actually the recordings on there too, because it wasn't just something written to them, but there was written to, of course, there might be different agents to remind them who we're talking about in the letterhead. So then you introduce the video to prove what you're talking about. And when they hear what he said about the immigration, the fuck off, and everything, you heard everything he said about immigration, right? That wasn't really smart. And what the fuck says, I wonder if Brevis gave him those talking points in his last live stream. Brevis is like Barry's lawyer. Well, he gives him some bad advice so far. That's all I could tell you. I think Brevis is just fucking. I think actually Brevis is fucking with Barry. That's what I think. I read people pretty well. Call it a curse or a favor. I don't know. But I read people and I read between the lines very well. Brevis is tagging Barry along for the attention. That's all he wants. You know, Brevis about the attention and all that. He's an attention whore. You know how he is. Yeah, he's just going along with this to get him face on camera, have something to say. They could talk with the boys club and say, yeah, I went to see Barry and see me. I'm on camera. See, I'm on camera. He did that with me, did that with Jerry, did it with Fazio, did it with a lot of people. But he was really out of it. Today was his worst day that I've heard him in a long time. Talking third party. Talking third party. Like he wasn't Barry. And he thinks that's protecting him. Like, we don't understand his verbiage. We don't hear his accent and the typical words he uses. I mean, you can't hide that. That's why the guy is so goddamn stupid. And from what I listened to on Ricky's show, they were all agreeing on that, at least anyway, that he's so stupid and stubborn that he's probably going to get a lot of time. Don predicts about at least 5 years. Ricky's saying maybe up to 25 years when the smoke clears. Yeah. I admit, guys, this is pretty amazing stuff. This goes beyond, I think, Peter Van Dever. It goes beyond Johnny, Warrior. I believe it does. There's not many people that don't know about Barry Jordan and what he's done. Try asking all the people that he fucked over in his life. If we could get them all together like that ending series on Seinfeld, when everyone that he's done wrong to and took money off and everything else get together in a room, in a courtroom, and they all speak up and say just having them there. And he'll have to look at every face of every woman, of every man that he's ever fucked over. Stefan says, amazing how he said someone will come from America and attack you. Well, that's a threat. I mean, the threats keep on coming. He can't help himself. Is it not bad enough that I caught him in real threats, recorded his threats, sent his threats to my lawyer and the DOJ and the Bureau of Immigration? That's why he got that letter. Remember, he was doing his show. Was that today, right? And he gets a letter right in the middle of his show. And he reads it. And it clearly, he was reading it, said, this information is meant to be for the intended party. It should not be shared anywhere else by him, because this is privileged communication. And they warned him about his death threats. So in other words, they're aware of it. It's a good thing. They're aware of it. But now, it's too bad it's a Friday because I got this information in toward the end of the day. But they'll pick up on this on Monday. Viking Sun, hello. Justice will be served step by step. The fucker was talking third party, man. Again, the song. Oh, how many times are we going to hear that shit? It puts me to sleep. Well, when you're in that quicksand, you got to grab for something. A branch, a straw, a blade of grass when you're that desperate. And he's that desperate. You know what I kind of think? That although he's being really cocky, which is his personality, he knows it's a done deal for him. So I think there's part of him that gave up. That he knows what he's facing. That he don't even have money for a lawyer. But then he said he fired his lawyer. It's the other way around. Then he started talking about his lawyer again. Well, my lawyer's going to do this and do that. Well, which is it, Barry? It's the same thing as when you said somebody hit you over the head and you changed your story 3 times. First it was a brick, then a stick or a bottle. And he couldn't make up his mind. But he's telling everybody he don't have a relate. And boy, he knocked his lawyer. Said, fuck him. He's an idiot and everything else. I hope he listened to that, his lawyer, because then he truly will not be represented. Or anybody else would want to represent him. He's on his own in that courtroom. And if I got to see his lawyer in person, instead of on camera, I'd tell him. Or I'd play that tape. Anyway, I don't want to be on here too much longer, man, because I'm tired of talking about him, and I hate going to bed, having just talked about him. That's more of nightmare material, Past few days, Barry has proved himself to be what we all have known, not only just a liar, but a very mentally ill person. There's no longer any question in case anybody ever had any doubt. And I don't know if it was the time incarcerated has been a contributing factor. I would think that it probably would be. Probably would be. Because he's going out of his mind. And now he's officially going out of his mind. It's no longer the statement that he's going out of his monkey-ass mind. He has gone out of his mind. Clearly in the past day or two. Drinking in the cell. They all know about that now. Oh yeah, I mentioned every detail of what was going on in that cell. What is he doing with the guards? I'm not trying to involve the guards in this. He's going to. He's going to. These people have families that they have to feed. And if they did allow Barry to drink in the cell, how could they not know? Then they, not me, they and Barry got them into trouble, or will get them into trouble. DWP says, I was wondering what he was fishing for. Maybe Barry's mind. No, that's an expression. I was getting off YouTube for the umpteenth time, and gone fishing means bye-bye. I'm out of here. That's what it meant. But he took it literally. Oh, you don't even know how to fish. What a dork. Something happened to him besides his terrible childhood experience with his dad. His dad must have batted him around, because he does not display any level of normality in any form or way. And then it got worse. He got hit on the head by somebody who he pissed off in a bar, probably over a woman. Of course, he tried to blame that on me. Well, he can blame it on whoever he wants, but Master of Puppets. Yes, kudos to Frank for taking a stand. Well, sometimes it's what you got to do. I make sure I record everything. Everything. I don't want one piece of information to go away. My lawyer just informed me I already got them stored, but he wants to get the clip of this. And he said, just put everything on that memory card and he will get that presented to the court. In other words, if that happens, he doesn't have a chance in fucking hell in court. Don might be right about 5 years, but Ricky was saying 25. But Ricky's not totally off bad on this either, because if we get this murder thing inciting murder on me, shooting me in the head, doing damage to me himself in the same manner, and then saying that if he sneaks out of his cell, he's going to come directly to my house and kill me. Look, you and I have hurt stupid people in our life. You had to have met somebody who was so dumb, fucking stupid, dumb as a rock. This guy, somehow, if there's a way or even possible, goes beyond that. You're thinking 2037? I don't know. Who really knows, guys? Like I said, we can speculate all we want. But I've been putting quite a bit of time on YouTube here. I think I got the evidence I need Well, I don't think. I know I do. So let's just see what happens from here. If there's a need to actually uh, even kind of fuck around doing some shows. I don't know. Because my whole purpose these days has been to catch Barry in the coup de grace, catch him in the last moments of getting the best evidence I could get on him, and that was my cause, and that was my purpose for coming back on, and it worked like a charm every single time, every single time. He will retaliate against me. How's he going to do that? In a jail cell? I don't think that's humanly possible. Believe me, nobody wants to get involved with the police in this country. I'll guarantee you that. You'll probably get killed. Yeah, you probably will. This is like a militaristic police government out here. It really is. I don't know. I was in Seattle and Hawaii. I never saw police carrying M15s or whatever they carry, automatic weapons. I've never seen that before. But it's commonplace out here, and they're willing to use it if they have to. Well, he's trying to retaliate in his own way, but he's doing it with words, but he's trying to incite other people. Because anything that could possibly happen to me will be tracked back to him. That's the stupid part of him. It'll all be traced back to him. If somebody even looks at me the wrong way, it'll be traced back to him. There's no question about that. Barry, get yourself a good night's sleep, you know. Imagine this motherfucker, Jack Daniels, in his jail cell, and he was asking his new roommate if he wants to go half on a fucking bottle. Well, where's he getting half the money anyway? It was his statement that said, see, my bank statement, I've only got 74 cents in there. Where's this money coming? Is his girlfriend providing him with drinks? I have no idea. He's getting it somewhere. And I don't think Grab gives you Jack Daniels or anything like that. Somebody has to be bringing him that booze. Any guesswork on that? Any guesswork at all? Don't have to think too hard. Somebody that's so hypnotized with him that'll do whatever they want to do for him, whatever he wants, his command. His command. That's pretty sick. I don't mean sick good, I mean sick bad. Is somebody sending me hearts? Is that what happens when sometimes they see hearts on here? I actually seen the hearts go by. And I've done that on his channel. I send him some hearts, little hearts, and ice cream cones, and, you know. Stefan said, did you hear Barry said he's going to make a couple of pesos on the bottle because he's a hustler? Anything to profit on something, man. Well, he doesn't exactly have a lot of donations coming in. That's pretty much went down to a minimum. He made 25 today or yesterday, minus 33% from YouTube. So he's not pulling in much money. He's crying about being broke, but I don't know, man. Like I said, how is he getting orders from Grab? It's not cheap. How is he surviving? Obviously, his check is active and he's making money. Okay, gotcha. Okay, guys, I gotta go. He decided to do a show just when Ricky was on. Yeah, I just don't think Ricky's really going to be helping Barry anymore for what it sounds like. But you don't know. These people jump on both sides of the fences. Although they're fat and obese, they're quite athletic with their legs for some reason on YouTube here. They're always hopping over fences all the time. So they're like fucking gazelles on here. I got to get a good night's sleep and let Barry work off his drunkard. Imagine that. In a jail cell, what he gets away with. Then he had the nerve to say, hey, if I did go to prison, who's to say I was not going to have access to a phone? Oh, you just wait and see. Well, I do want to wait and see. I want to see you get in a jail cell. Barry, a message for you. It's over. It's over. It's over, Barry. Admit it. It's over. You don't have a leg to stand on. Maybe I should get you a striped shirt, give you a pirate's hat, and put a parrot on your shoulder. How would that work for you? Give you a peg leg. It's over. It's over when it's over, and it's not when the fat lady sings. WTF says, like you said, is this the original WTF? I don't think so. Like you said, he shows, let's see, 73 yet. Oh, 73 pesos. Then he buys bottles of liquor. I guess he needs to drink his problems away. Well, why are the guards allowing this? Why is that? They're going to get themselves in trouble from Barry, for sure. Then he's going to be responsible and make more enemies. That he cost them their jobs. It's going to happen. Oh, I'm not going to have anything to do with that. I don't want to interfere with people's livelihood in that way. Yes, they're doing wrong, but let Barry get the blame for this, because the only person I could get the blame from this, really, when you think about it. Talking third party. Like, we can't figure out it's Barry. With his hillbilly accent, his verbiage, all that stuff. I would never think it was Barry, would you? He lost it. He completely lost it, folks. And guess what? He will continue to make shows. Even if everybody's against him, he's got to do something in that cell. But now, the way he has downed and mocked and cursed the Bureau of Immigration, I think there's going to be some changes. I think he just might be transferred to a prison. He will certainly get his phone taken care of, taken away from him, and all that stuff. If it does happen, then if you think he's crazy now and lost his mind, wait till you see when he can't go on YouTube and doesn't have a phone and can't listen to all the chismis to pass his time and watch movies and everything he does on there. Oh, God. Talking about going out of his mind. He will completely lose it even more. He depends on that phone. That is his lifeline. But he's working on losing it. Congratulations, there, Mr. Barry Jordan. You're working your way. Back to you, babe. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm working my way back to you, babe. And this marriage thing, do you really think it's going to go on? And if it does, would that not be the biggest joke on YouTube? The biggest embarrassment ever? That a woman would choose him to be her marriage partner that she can't even trust? And he may not see the light of day for years. She's going to hold up her life for him in prison, a place that might not be able to get in really easy on visitations, where they sometimes have to strip search people, cavity searches before they get in these prisons. Is she going to put up herself with that? Amazing stuff, man. Last comments. What the fuck? I think he said if he acts up and says bad things toward the PI, then they will just let him go. Yeah. He said that. To let him go because they don't want to deal with him. He can't be that insane. Well, apparently, sir, he is. With that being said, I'm getting some sleep here. I got to wind down my night a little bit here. Just listen for when I do any shows. I think I got all the evidence I could possibly ever want. And now that I've shared this with the Justice Department and the immigration, I think things are going to get a little bit more interesting. Wait and see, Barry. It's only starting. You thought it started already. Not really. It's going to start now. Now, don't do anything stupid to yourself now, okay? We care about you too much. You know that, right? And then talking about dicks again. What is this about dicks? And he knows the size of my dick, like he's really seen it. No, when I did that moon thing to Gary, my three-piece suit was not hanging down on there. Not in the position I was in. I made sure of that. But of course, it sounds better on paper when Barry says that. He's totally convinced I have ED. Well, I don't know. My girlfriend doesn't seem to have a problem with me with that department. He knows he could look into our bedroom and he could see us fucking. And my dick is too small, according to him, to even get in and find the hole. Come on. That's a little bit flowery, don't you think, Barry? Really? He owes at least 400,000 pesos to the immigration, maybe more. Barry, you lost it, finally. See if you can get some counseling or something. Or maybe you should be on benzos, Barry. But unfortunately, I can't give you any. It's against the law. You cannot distribute that. But I think maybe you need some Benny the Benzos. I think you do. I think you need lithium, to be honest with you. You need lithium. You need lithium. And Barry, you're not going to lose weight. Now, when you're buying chips with every meal and all the crap that you buy, and you're not exercising, come on, that's bullshit. You're too depressed to exercise. But he is realizing how fat he got. Now when he calls Ricky fat, he's got to take it back because he's getting as big as Ricky. All right, guys, it's been real. We've had quite an interesting day today. Would you agree to that? I guess we did. I got some stuff on Barry that's precious. Precious as gold or platinum. The Bureau of Immigration is not going to like how he's mocked him, how he's disgraced him, cursed him. What they're going to do about it, I don't know. I made my request. He should be put in a more protective custody and wear an orange jumpsuit. Man, I'd laugh my ass off. Laugh my ass off. And, you know, he gets mad at me. He gets mad at me and wants to get even with me. For what? For something he did? Come on, let's be real about it, folks. It's all my fault, according to him. It's all my fault. He doesn't want to take responsibility for his actions. He doesn't want to take that. I got to do something with the dog for a second with medicine. Let me see something, Ginger girl. Let me see something here, baby. Yeah. You get some sleep, okay, honey? You get some sleep. Yeah, I say goodnight to my dogs all the time. I pet them, rub their belly, and every night they expect me to kind of tuck them in. Isn't that something? I don't throw hot water at a dog. Chet, get away. Throw rocks at dogs. He's disgusting. You remember I said earlier in my last show that I just can't think of any more vile words to describe this guy. I ran out of, how you label a subhuman like him. I just seriously can't come up with any other words. Yeah, I think I did a very good job today. Thank you. Barry, don't look like you have a future there. What do you think about that? So is it really worth marrying your lady and for what? And what's the reason? Come on, tell Uncle Frank. What's the reason you want to marry her? To show everybody? To show everybody? I'm at 2% anyway here. To show everybody got married and you're really thinking, like you quoted, that's going to help you with your situation. Oh, yeah, I bet it is. He says, it's going to help. Oh, I know it's going to help me. You know what, Barry? Nothing's going to help you at this point. Face the reality. Suck up to what you did. Be a real man and face your responsibilities and what you've done. There's nobody out there that's really blaming me. I don't care who they are. They may say a few things here and there about me, but that's what they do. But they all know the real story of Mr. Barry Lee Jordan and the shit that he's done to people. They all know. They're not stupid. They're not going to always verbally support me, but that's the way it usually is. I think they're all pretty much caught up in watching his mental illness get worse and worse and worse to the point that he's talking third party. At first I had to listen to him. Is that Barry? I guess he was all burnt out on the alcohol. It almost didn't sound like his voice, but lo and behold, it was him. And he was talking third party. And all he brings up is the same old, rehashing the same old fucking hash, man. The same old fucking hash. Just rehashing it, rehashing it. Give it a rest, dude. Speaking of that, I need to rest. Thank you guys for your understanding. I think everybody now, if they haven't figured it out before, that had any questions about the guy's mental stability, I think you all got it all down now. He's not losing it. No, he's already lost it. Nighty-night, folks.